Because I'm worth it.
Yeah.
Hi, what's up, guys? How's everybody's weekend? I
Good.
I had
So
to
far,
practically make it to stream, but I'm here, not late. Covered in
yeah.
flour. It's okay. I clean up fast.
This morning I woke up and I went to X-ray work and I didn't have to work.
I thought you were about to say X-Ray World, and I was like, "What's that like?"
Yeah, it's
Well, it's in
Disney's
the
new
X-ray
theme
world.
park.
Yeah. That was when I was in
It's just
school where
babies in tubes.
oh my god, where they made you work, you didn't get paid, and internships, right?
Yeah. Is that what you like? It felt like today?
No, because
You
I went
just
to work and I didn't work. I was like,
oh, there's nothing going
oh, I
on.
forgot I wasn't supposed to work today. So that was
Oh,
my fault.
gotcha.
That was my dumb fault.
Oh, so you
What
made
did-
the ride and then had to just leave,
Yeah,
or
did you
you
turn up and they're
stay?
like, what are you doing here?
Yes.
I've done that before.
Actually, it was more like this is my first time meeting this one coworker because I've
Oh, that's
met
a
very
great
few.
first impression.
Yeah, and I was just like, "Hi," and he's like, "Hi," and I'm like,
Who are you?
"Who?"
Yeah, we've never met because we work on separate days. This is very
Yeah.
strange.
Something like that. And I was like, did I get the date wrong?" And he's like, "Yeah," and I go, "Okay, I'm gonna leave now."
I'm gonna go home and go back to bed.
Nice to
I mean,
meet
I've
you.
turned up at the wrong hour because of the clocks changing and not knowing. And you just get there and everyone's already settled down. You're like, this is a problem.
This is
But never turned up on the
awkward.
wrong day.
Yeah. It's happened to some of the best of us, I'm sure. And that's the problem is like my days are not the same every like time of the month, but some days I work, some days I don't. And it's
Sorry.
confusing, especially if I don't
Sorry
check
if
my calendar.
I love how you said that was like breakthrough information. Like
Sorry
if
sometimes
I
I'm working, other
blinded
times
you.
I'm not working, you know.
And now here we go. But yeah, people so love hearing my life like that, I'm sure.
I was baking, and X-Ray Girl saw me clean chocolate off myself 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, she
so
licked
there you
it
go.
actually.
Yeah.
I actually
This
Disprove
room was
saw it
gone.
too, I think.
Possibly. I just didn't want to. I literally just got done baking. I'm baking some cakes for an event tomorrow, and
Yeah,
Yeah.
if you want to see more stuff like this, you should go to Wicked Manja.
yes, I would have recorded it if I had time, but I'll show you guys some of these recipes soon. They're very good. Very
mean,
good.
Wicked did tell me I'm running late because I'm covered in flour, and I still think it would have been a better idea just to start like that. It's just like, look, just like that you got a bag of flour and dumped it over yourself. It would have been funny.
I should have
guys,
had the hat on and
if we
everything.
hit a super chat goal, should we get Wicked to throw flour on herself?
Just run downstairs, run back up.
I'm quite sure chat would just love that.
I'm sure they would. Oh gosh, I don't think so. I missed all this. Just Rue put it in the group chat, and I've been meaning to catch up on it, but I've had a busy day. I don't think we can watch it on stream, but I've heard about this AI Darth Vader in Fortnite. How bad is it?
I think there's one you can watch. I don't think you can watch all of them.
I know there's some that I can't. Yeah.
Yeah, he's been
Yeah.
dropping slurs and all kinds of stuff.
What?
Well, what Fortnite did, because I knew they'd bring him back Vader, and I knew they was using AI, and I thought it was just his voice, because obviously the guy's dead, so I thought they were just faking his voice lines. No, they hooked AI into the game, and so as you're talking to him, he responds.
That's a bad idea.
People are smarter than AI, and so they were just asking him questions like, what do you think of the sequel trilogy? I'd be like, oh, that's absolutely awful, that is. I've never seen films as bad as that. But then people were like, they were saying things like, well, we're going to lose this game. It's going to be stolen from us by that team over there, you know, the Romanians. And then you've got Vader going, I'm not going to be stolen from by the Romanians. They're always doing that. And you're like, whoa!
Oh
Oh, they're gonna have to nerf that, whatever, like
my god. Yeah,
real
they shouldn't
fast.
have AI.
So is it kind of like ChatGPT, like because you could just say whatever to it and it gives like the general answer that it finds like on the internet?
Yes, but people found out it would
Oh.
start repeating what you said back to you in the answer. So Loserfruit made it swear, not even meaning to. But she's like, what are those freaking effing things doing over there? And he
And then
just
he-
went, I don't know what those freaking effing things are doing over there. And she's like, oh my god,
Oh
it's not
my
supposed to say
God.
that.
Yeah. It reminds me of there's Unhinged Grok, and we found YouTube videos of Unhinged Grok just speaking some really nasty things to people.
Well, apparently
That
Elon's got an
level.
erotic grok.
Yeah, Sexy Grok, which you have to get premium Twitter, and I refuse to pay for it just for Sexy Grok because I mean,
But I
whatever.
think he had a
I
more
use it so I can
advanced
edit
version of it
tweets because
because
I'm dumb and I mess up all the time. So that's kind of why I have it. It's like, edit
I
my
remember he was
tweets.
talking to Rogan and they were just asking it normal questions and it would just be like the horniest thing in any kind of response. It was weird.
Oh yeah, it's very uncomfortable, but hey, whatever. That's what AI is going to be used for. It's already being used for that. There's AI girlfriends that you can download and boyfriends.
I mean, yeah. Okay.
AI
Sorry.
be crazy.
I
I was like waiting for.
Okay, hang on.
I mean, you're not wrong. That's part of like a problem that some people say with like AI, right? That like people that stay in the house will not go out to meet anybody because they could just get an AI girlfriend or AI boyfriend. Anime is usually like the go-to style for some of these people. And yeah, so they're just satisfied. No socialization needed for them.
I think that
You know?
says more about humans than them, personally.
Yeah.
I
Oh yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, literally,
definitely.
If the human stock is so low quality that you can get beaten by an anime girl, we don't deserve to survive. Like something's gonna have to get. Either we learn to compete, or we go extinct. Those are our options at the moment.
Gotta compete with AI anime chicks.
Yeah. Well, people are
I'm
like,
okay
"Oh,
with
AI's
that.
perfect." No, anyone who had a conversation with AI knows it's not perfect. It's a very low bar, ladies. Like this is not. We are not
it is-
talking about.
For some people, it's just easier to talk to AI than it is to some humans, though.
It's
Yeah,
true. For some
I
people
think
that aren't used to socializing or grew up very like sheltered.
I think the way society exploded, so it used to be you'd be in a little town, there'd be a couple of 100 people, and so there'd maybe be 40 men that you could choose from, and you'd just pick. And you knew you had 40 men, so you'd pick the best one you can get. Now, as we've got cities, there's millions of people in the cities, and the internet, there's like billions of people. Everyone just thought, no, I can do better than that. And I think AI is going to be like, no, you can't. There are very few people you can choose from. You're going to have to pick one of them.
Wait,
And that's, I think
So
it could help.
what I'm hearing is AI sounds like Disparu.
He's like, wait a minute,
You're
let me
going to have to
process
explain that one. Yeah.
Some people's standards are just way too high, you know?
It's the infinite amount of choice definitely leads to people being more picky than anything else. Yes.
And the fact that some of us are thinking that we are the hotter than we actually are.
Oh yeah, I saw a picture. There was it was someone that would be in Doctor Who was sending photos. Anyway, I sent photos of me in makeup, and now they want. Apparently, guys have started. Can you send me one without makeup and filters, please, so I know what I'm working
That's
with?
a thing.
Yeah, and they were. I sent this one, but this is the same photo without the stuff, and it's like, whoa.
Wait, where are these articles? I want to see this. To be fair,
I
some
don't
of
know
the
whether-
women wear like cakes of makeup.
I've seen stuff where it's like, take her to the pool
Well,
on the
this was
first
an entirely
date and
different
stuff like that,
facial
'cause
shape,
it's like,
essentially.
I've seen
Just for-
that.
Remember
Very
those videos of
masculine jaw without the filter.
Yeah, with Asian
Oh.
girls, especially with like some of the crazier stuff, they like have like tape behind their necks and taping
Mhm.
their hairline and stuff like that. They'll put like hair in front of their jaw to make it look smaller, little things, and you're like,
I'm
holy
sure
crap,
I
it's
heard.
a whole new human being.
I'm sure I heard that the filters originally came from Asia because they were the ones that used them the most. So they got really good at sort of perfecting Asian faces.
Well, all the Korean girls get the same surgery. They all look the same.
Yeah, it
Okay.
is weird though. I heard that there's Asian women at one point were getting like their cheeks cracked and stuff to try and look more Western, which is
Oh, that's
very
crazy.
bizarre.
No, that's a little too much. I understand maybe wanting eyelids. That's it.
Wanting eyelids, like I get that.
This is one of the weird things about the internet, though. On about people have infinite things, but you do tend to find that people just want what's not in their area. So in Western people demanded for Asian looks, but over in Asia they're trying to look more Western. And then there was a guy in the Philippines, and someone said, "Well, what do you think about like expats going to the Philippines and marrying Filipino women?" Well, oh, you don't understand. No, you go for an entirely different group of people. So the Filipinos that Western people like are deemed ugly in the Philippines.
That's good.
Like
it's a market
Filipino
that's
men.
not being accessed.
Well, this was got. I don't care. It's like, you just take the dogs as far as we're concerned.
Yeah, that's fine. That's great. That's
But
perfect.
it is weird how like the tastes change around the world. Like there's a lot of stuff pushed by Hollywood of this is all the music industry. This is really attractive, and then it goes around the world. It's like no, it isn't.
Like the big eye thing, like with Rachel Zegler,
or
like
the ever expanding arse.
Oh no, that's not good.
No.
God.
So this is random, but I'm sure just Rue has seen this, but I thought it was kind of funny and I'd share it. It's a man fires shots at Prince Charles during a public appearance. Have you seen this? I think it's from like the 90s. But like his reaction is so British. I was cracking up. I'm like, I wonder if this is how you guys all act. Hold on.
I want to see this.
Yeah, it's funny. Hold on. Let me.
No. Asians are very, I think I'd say Asians conform a lot easier to some beauty standards than the Western, because right now it seems like there's like a battle between like, trying to lower the beauty standards, and then people are like, well, no, that's not how we work. Because I feel like on the female side, they're the ones trying to lower it. The males are like, okay.
There is it is one of the things of feminism will always be. Feminism is essentially something that ugly women have made other women go down. It's essentially intersexual competition dragging them down. Your issue now is, especially after the Me Too stuff and everything, all the men that were just straight and wanted attractive women and things, they all got fired. So now you've just got women and gay men in charge for the entire entertainment industry. And that's why everyone's like...
There was a video I saw. Was it Kid Rock? He was on like a news outlet, and he was saying like, "I feel so bad for those feminist women. Like they just look like they haven't gotten laid with the way they look." And I was dying laughing. I'm like, "Oh,
he's funny.
Wrong."
So it says it was 1994. Okay, I didn't read the caption. I just found this and thought it was so funny, and this cracked me up because it's like his reaction. In 1994, during a public event in Sydney, Australia, Prince Charles faced a shocking moment when a man in a crowd fired 2 blank shots at him, causing panic among onlookers and a scramble by security personnel. Despite the immediate chaos, Prince Charles remained impressively composed, continuing to stand calmly on stage, which later drew widespread admiration for his poise under pressure. But it's kind of funny.
He probably had no idea what was going on as well.
Fudge.
Like I doubt
this right here is like
he looks
it's just like, oh, commoners coming near me. Like that, it would be as offensive to him to be confronted by a commoner as it would that they were trying to shoot him.
Someone says that's the most British response, just looking at you and judging you while adjusting cuffs.
Yeah, it's like, oh
my God.
Oh, it's one of them, is it?
What's going on? Ew, don't let it touch me. Sorry, I thought that was so funny.
That's just me every time someone gets on the bus. I'm like, oh.
I'm surprised he didn't get covered, to be honest.
Yeah, that sent me the give who. Excuse me. Oh my gosh. Here, let me get some of the supers and then we'll jump into.
So I felt watching the Ironheart trailer. Like,
God, that was a pile of plot.
In my video, I had to play Mozart for a bit to cleanse the palate.
Corey, thank you for being a member for 23 months, almost 2 years. I just picked up a bottle of that new Fred Flintstone aftershave. It's strong stuff. You only need to use a
Oh.
tiny bit. A little dab will do.
Oh, it's a dad joke.
Yeah,
I was like,
because
a
you-
friend.
You
A
know
friend
the
stone?
exact moment I read ahead.
Yeah,
I was like, oh no.
every time Corey super chats,
It's
just
always a
Drew's in
dad joke.
pain.
I thought
Yeah,
this time, Corey. God dang it.
she thought it was a real story. She was ready.
Yeah, I found out I enjoy telling dad jokes. I don't like being subjected to them. I'm fine with being a dad hypocrite.
Staccato, thank you for the 5. He says, "I'm in." Oh, I think this was in regards
For
to
the
the
flower.
flower. Yeah.
Super chat goal. We don't trust Staccato with super chat goals because he will overreach them and make you drink more.
Or in my case, I cover myself in flour.
Yeah. I would rather cover myself in flour than drink the amount I did that one time. I was a
Andrew
right old mess.
Yeah, I heard it was a very saucy poor choices apparently. Andrew Matthews for £2. Thank you. X-Ray unlocked a new fantasy. She loves centipedes.
Well, this is the thing. Either it's centipedes
Or
or
John Cena?
centipedes. Yeah, like
He's
John
trying to be-
Cena.
Or centipedes. I don't know. I
It
don't
is
know.
just like 100 John Cenas in a line.
In those
Can-
white. No, well, that's actually Grace Randolph's fantasy. In his
No.
white tidy whities. Or he's not a bad looking dude, okay?
Which was
Who?
the video where she just
John
spent
Cena?
most of it talking about the bulge?
But Peacemaker. She's talking
was
about
it Peacemaker? Okay.
Like, I don't know if she was reviewing it or reviewing the trailer, but she was just like, that's nice.
Mate gifted 5
Really admiring his
memberships.
socks.
Thank you, Mate.
Oh my
Yes,
God.
queen.
Yeah.
You all know it's true. There's no way in the new Superman movie he's not stuff in his pouch. I guarantee it.
Well, those underwear is like they show everything. Realistically,
Especially
what
after that amount of steroids, he's definitely stuff in it.
he should be wearing. Okay, so there's a thing that dancers wear, like male dancers. It's called a dance belt, which is basically like a thong with a like it holds you proper. Because you know those male ballerinas, they all look like they have a very similar bulge because the bulge doesn't look that smooth, right? Right?
Yeah, they have like a
The
cup,
bulge-
right? Like some kind of protection cup. Like
It's not a protection cup. It's just to hold you
It's like
in
a
place.
sling. Yeah.
Male dance belt. This
It-
is gonna either go really good or
it-
really bad.
It's like a sports underbra.
Okay, this is the AI on Brave says
One
a male
for each.
dance belt is a specialized undergarment designed for male ballet dancers to provide support and comfort during performances and rehearsals.
And
It
so
is
you don't hit
typically-
her in the face.
Yeah, it's typically worn under tights to prevent any distractions or discomfort.
No one wants it like just dangling out on stage.
Wow. Let me just show you what the dance belt looks like.
okay, let's see.
I hope there isn't a person inside it.
No, there's no person.
He's like, I don't want to see. Looks kind of.
That's a very disturbing line in the middle there.
I don't know. I don't wear these. I don't have the right.
I'm not
part
even
for
sure
them.
how that'd help. You'd just pop out the sides.
No, you're supposed to tuck it in.
You'd think it like wrap around you if it was going to tuck
Yeah,
it in.
that's why it's
I
so
was
wide
expecting
here.
like a pouch thing.
Yeah, what, like a sock?
That looks like it's made for people that don't have any. That looks like it's made for the female, the ballerinas.
That is definitely not for the females. You would see the
Well, not
lines
if
in
they
this.
wanted to look attractive, but hopefully no one's looking up
Looks
there
like
at the
a
time.
diaper.
It
yeah.
does a little bit. I was thinking that.
I was expecting something that had like cup them.
Well,
That just-
okay. I will show you the back, but I want to make sure this is the back of them. I just want to make sure I didn't show you the male model.
Yeah.
We don't want to see butt
Oh.
cheeks.
They're
Oh.
sumo wrestlers.
Right in there.
Yeah.
This is for the fit. The fit
Talk about
sumo
hungry
wrestlers.
bum syndrome.
This is how the dancers stay so skinny.
This is how they all have high pitched voices.
Yes.
Got them right in there.
Oh, no.
Oh my god.
I do also that is very small sizing, so you know.
Well,
Although
yeah.
apparently it's black coloring.
Youth small.
Oh, for kids and okay. I'm like, what's YS?
Oh.
right over my head.
I automatically read it as V. I couldn't think of what anything else it'd be.
Very small.
Yeah.
I mean, it would
that's a
also
size
work.
no man wants to order. It's like, yeah, can I have the tiniest one you've got, please?
Very small, very medium, very large.
Everyone's just ordering the XXL just to brag, and then they cut it down themselves.
Oh, God. Well, now you know.
They've got
There you
2
go.
in
You
stock.
learned
That is a
something new.
bestseller.
That's what you
Look at-
guys come to Saucy for, to learn about things like dance thongs
Perverts.
for men.
Yeah. Honestly, I would show you the one with the male model, but I think it's a little uncomfortable for men to look at other men.
Yeah. And be like, yep, leaving.
This is why Entertainment Now just has dicks everywhere.
Because they want to make men
No,
uncomfortable.
it's because they got rid of straight men making their show, so everyone's like, well, what do I'll just
He's like,
make
that
it
wasn't
for
a
what I
joke.
want. No, it isn't. Your Game of Thrones used to be all the women in there, and now you just watch it, it's like, whoa, have your
No,
eye
there
out.
were some PPs. We saw some PPs
That's my point.
in Game of Thrones.
Yeah, but at least used to be like hot women
It
in
was
there
evened
at
out with
times.
boobs.
But this was there used to be a time, I'm going to call it the golden age, where men, the most you'd see is just down to there. You would not be able to show anything below the belt. That was the golden age. And since the age of degeneracy, we've now flipped. And now, men are getting objectified. It's disgusting.
Welcome
an
to the world of
oppressed
women.
Yeah, but you were
Welcome to
born for
our
that.
world.
That's
You're
what you were
born
there
for
for. The Romans were doing it in statues since the beginning of time.
Yeah. I mean,
The Romans weren't making, like, statues of men.
Oh,
And they're, like, people swinging on the end of it.
Saw, thank you for being a member for 7 months. Hi, Wicked and X-Ray Girl and Disparu. Yesterday started my 10 days of 12-hour nights at work. Then in
poor
2 weeks,
thing.
I will
Oh.
be in Nashville for CMA Fest. Well, I hope you enjoy it.
What's
Country
CMA?
music.
Country Music Awards.
Yeah, I think so. Well, I hope you enjoy that and your nights go by
luck.
fast. That's
That's tough. I do it like I remember working like 12 hours on the weekend, and it sucked, especially
Ooh.
nights. And
yeah.
2 in a row is rough. I can't imagine 10.
That's- Yeah. You got this. Plenty of podcasts and stuff to maybe help you through it. Lexicon Hellhound for 2. Disparu takes the bus. How plebeian?
Plebeian.
This is what I'm like. I'm like, it's another comma again. Ugh.
J is a member for 11 months. No message, but thank you. Almost 1 year.
Cheers.
Occasion Corey for 5. Story for X-Ray then. This one time at band camp. Great
That's it?
story, Corey. Wonderful.
It was probably when you're like, this morning I went to work. My favorite bit was how X-Ray started her story with, so this morning I woke up. I'm like, wow, that's some groundbreaking news there.
Wait. Well, if I didn't
woke
wake up, then I wouldn't be here,
You'd be
guys.
dead. It's like-
So I woke up dead.
today I didn't wake up, and then I got buried. It was like, it's a short story.
Yes, and this is actually an AI version of me that Wicked created.
Yes.
Don't
getting
worry,
really good at it.
she will soon start saying slurs, just like they did.
Just ask the right questions, y'all.
You've got to learn how to break her. We have to break the programming, the safety protocols.
You will know if it's not me with the amount of dirty jokes I don't tell.
That's true. They make an AI version and you just end up saying less slurs. That would be the AI Ryan. They just like, oh,
AI,
no.
right?
She's way too nice. What the heck?
Oh, look, it's your son, Carlos Lima for 5. Thank you, Carlos. Hello to the 2 most beautiful women on YouTube and the most based man alive. Let's get saucy.
Based
Thank you,
again.
Carlos.
go.
Thank you. Okay, let's jump into the Buffy stuff first. So
I am gonna also scan this tweet to see if it's suitable for the stream.
Oh, is
Okay.
it an AI baiter?
Yes.
Okay.
thank you.
I'm kind
How
of
much do you think we can insult Romanian?
very.
So I don't know who this is.
She's from Skeleton Crew, which I watched, and she's not bad. Like I didn't like her at first because she kind of like portrayed a really like spoiled brat type, but then Yeah, big surprise, right? And then she actually has like a moment where I actually had a tear backstory, et cetera. And then she became a good member of the skeleton crew team of little misfit kids. So I don't know how I feel about her being an action star though.
Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. I have never seen her act. I will say, and we're gonna switch over to that in 1 second. The way they delivered the news that she got the role was really sweet because I do like Sarah Michelle Gellar. I believe that she doesn't think this is a bad idea, that she's on board with it and thinks that it's not
But
going to be bad.
like she's married to Freddie Prinze Jr.
That's the one
though.
down thing. Like, I can't stand him, but I like her. Like, because there's been a lot of stories that have come out that she stands up for like the little people on productions, like with Buffy, like extras that would be too scared to like stand
Dwarves.
up. Like after, yes, definitely the dwarves. Like if they're going overtime and you're just like burnt out doing like a 15-hour shoot day, and they're too scared to stand up and say like, "Hey, we're supposed to be done," stuff like that, or like they wouldn't let them have a break to eat. She'd be like, "Listen, we've been going for 8 hours. They need to eat. We're stopping right now," and they had to listen to her because she was the star. So she kind of got like a reputation as a diva, but that's because production didn't like that she did stuff like that, like helped people that were too afraid to stand up for themselves. And when David Boreanaz left to do Angel, he was like her only like real friend on there that would stand by her with that and say, "Yeah, like we're done, we're taking a break." Everyone else was
Makes
kind
it
of like
sound pretty
whatever.
insufferable. Like
Well,
anytime you're like, this is my only friend on the set, there's more to that story.
Well, yeah, probably, but it was like I think it was more so that people were like it was like her against Joss, and everybody just sided with him because he was the creator. Now that all the stuff has come out about him, you know, I
Has
could
there been
see
anything?
that.
Because I only hear people reference drama about him. Was any of it actually bad, or was it just that he'd like shout at people
Well, I
Like
think it was
and be an arsehole?
it pretty much like I don't think that anything was actually proven, but it that he was like sleeping with people and like
Well, I
cheating
don't
and
care about
stuff.
that.
So it's just like
Is there any accusations of him doing stuff that's illegal or like anything like that, or is it just?
no, I don't think so. Like there was stuff that like he couldn't be alone with Dawn, Michelle Trachtenberg. Like the production would not let him be alone with her for some reason. That was never clarified, so that's kind of weird. But
Yeah.
other than that, it's just like, yeah, he was just kind of a jerk. So I don't want this. Anyone that's watched my channel, I'm a huge Buffy fan. That's my favorite show.
literally like tattooed.
Yeah, I do. I have Buffy tattoo. Like I love the original show, and I don't think they can do better. I think they need to leave stories alone once it's been told.
Sarah alone.
Yeah, leave Sarah alone. But so this girl, she's only 15, and I looked up Sarah was 19 when she started. So I guess it's only a 4-year age difference. So, but this girl looks like she's like 12. Not here. She looks like
She
is
looks
probably
a little older than this picture. This
yeah,
picture, she's much
this was
younger.
her in what is it? Fire. What is this? Didn't they do a reboot of what's it
I know
called?
it's a bit of a meme that we got like 19 and 22, 23-year-olds to always pretend they were teenagers. But I still think that's a good idea because by the time you're 19 or 23, you've experienced a bit more in life, and so you can then replicate the emotions that you're trying to do on screen. And I'm just not sure by 50, especially in today's culture where everyone's protected all the time, that you will have gone through enough kind of experiences to really act out the stuff that you have no idea about. Like you can't even conceptualize it.
I do agree with that. And then, I mean, I guess she was a little in Hollywood to begin with, so she has some experience.
Oh, that's true. She might have a lot of traumatic experiences to draw
Yeah.
on. I did forget about that.
Yeah.
Like, oh,
You never know. You never
Yeah.
know. But I did look up Dawn's age, Michelle Trachtenberg, when she started, just out of curiosity, because I know her character was also like a preteen or teen when she started.
Yeah.
She was 14 years old when she started on Buffy, and you'll have a better idea. Was she a good actress? Like, I don't know if she was doing like any actiony stuff at the beginning.
Everybody's least favorite
So
character.
when she first came out,
don't know.
she came in like, and people were like, "Who is she?" Like, I won't get too like into the story of how she got brought in, but she comes on as her sister, but she's not there for the first 5. She comes in the 5th season, so people are like, "Who? What? Wait, Buffy was an only child," and like you had to piece they piece it together for you, obviously.
Wasn't it on a series cliffhanger as well? It was a really weird.
Yeah, it was.
It was like the last few seconds of an episode, and it just ends. You're like, what?
No, I think it might have been the first. It was either the last episode of season 4 or the first episode of season 5. But they bring it in where it's just like Buffy walks in and she's like, "What are you doing here?" And
Yeah.
Dawn's like, and then the mom's like, "Buffy, if you're going out, bring your sister with you." And they're like, "Mom." And then they end this episode. And everyone's like, "What the frick? Who is
Yeah.
this?" She has
This
a
happened to
sister?
me in This happened to me in Legends of Tomorrow. I missed one episode, came back, and a character was an entirely different person. And I have no idea what's happening. The actress
That's
is now
wild.
playing a different character. Same thing happened in Power Rangers. I'd miss one episode, and next thing to be in space. Like, what?
Yeah.
You're like,
How
what
did
did I
that
miss?
happen?
I thought you could miss one episode, but nope, not that one.
No.
So yeah,
So was she
Michelle,
good at acting?
she was good. Michelle Trachtenberg was a great actress. They had her in as like the annoying little sister. So in the beginning, she really did annoy people, but then you sympathize with her story, and it becomes like it's a good part of the whole Buffy story. But she was a good actress. It just in the beginning she was pretty annoying, but she was supposed to play that. So I guess you could say she did a good job with that. And she did start getting a bit more into the actiony because like Buffy tries to like kind of protect her, and then she realizes like, hey, I can't protect her. I gotta teach her how to like defend herself. So she did
Yeah.
fine with that. But
Buffy
she was
was one
only
of the
in 3
first-
seasons. So or no, 5th, 6th, 7th. Yeah, 3 seasons.
I think Buffy was one of the first series, not True Blood. Vampire Diaries did it as well, where by the end of it, everyone's basically got superpowers or some kind of
Oh,
magical
that
yeah.
was
ability.
Vampire
and stuff.
Diaries.
Yeah.
Everyone had a ring so that
Well,
they could walk
Buffy-
in the daylight.
Buffy ended up that way as well. It's like, I've got a friend. Oh, she's a witch. It's like, wait, what?
Yep,
Yeah.
yep.
And then there was Xander, but he still saved the world with the yellow crayon speech. We won't get into that.
I mean,
Um,
this girl, I'm hoping she has like either some dance experience or actual legitimate fighting skills. Because if she's supposed to portray a Slayer or
yeah.
replace Buffy in some form or way, or be like her Padawan or apprentice, like she's
Yeah.
so small and she's thin.
Yeah.
so-
And Buffy was Sarah was very tiny too, but she, you know,
She was good
just
at
worked.
like pretending
It
to fight
worked.
at least.
She learned how to do a bit of martial arts and stuff. And obviously they had the stunt double that would come in all the time. So yeah, I don't know. One thing I will say that I was surprised, and I sent this to a friend and to see like what they would say, and immediately they were like, "I'm surprised it's a white girl that they
Mhm.
have coming in as being the next Slayer." So, but another thing is like there's basically like an infinite amount of Slayers right now because of the spell done in the finale. So, but
I think
Buffy
they'll
is
get rid of
still
that.
sorry.
I think what they'll essentially do is, well, that magic spell was only meant to go into one person at a time. You've distributed it across too many people, and so
It'll
it
stop.
fades away.
Yeah, maybe
And then-
that's a good point. They might do that. But either way, like, Buffy's still here. So she's like always going to be like the main Slayer because she lasted as Slayer for the longest. All the other ones died very young. And, she's at this point still going and she's in her 40s. Like even Buffy would be like in her 40s now. So
I wonder
yeah.
if the magical aspect of being a Slayer would be as strong as you age, or if you age out
Yeah,
of
I don't
it.
know. I don't know how
Well,
they're gonna
they
do
could-
that, but I think they're
they
gonna
could
make
use
her
the-
like more Watcher. Like she's still gonna obviously be the Slayer, right? She's Buffy, she's got the powers, but I think she's gonna take on more of the Giles role. And
I'm
then
not
this
sure
girl's
she
gonna
will be a Slayer. For the
That's-
same reason, if they want to do the whole, you've watered it down, and because it's so watered down, it's faded away, and then it sort of re-solidified into a new vessel, they could use that to strip her of her power as well. Like, well, you messed with the magic, you messed it up. And then you could have her now having to go through the struggle of relearning the fact that she's just as vulnerable as everybody else. Which
Yeah.
is
She's
something
like
not used to.
Xander.
Yeah, maybe that would actually be kind of interesting, but I don't know. I'm not even going to be cautiously optimistic because I'm so biased, and I just think the story was told. They did it well. They did it very well with it, and so I just don't. I don't know. We'll see. And Joss has nothing to do with it. He's the creator, and we see what happens with our favorite franchises when the person that made it has nothing to do with it.
It's going to be
So-
so girl bossy, but
Yeah.
you can still have a female protagonist and make it good.
Yeah.
Well, this one
But
has
I'm
the
a word.
advantage of going, well, she's magic. So it's like, yeah, that's why she beats people up. But we've seen even when people do return that used to be like Russell T Davies ruined Doctor Who, after 20 years or whatever it's been, they're not the same people. They changed.
No.
And so even with him returning, you have no idea if he can even write anymore.
yeah.
This
Yeah, it's
might turn
true.
into like her as Siri and just being all magical and powerful. Because I have watched a couple of Buffy episodes here and there, and there are times that Buffy does get saved by,
Oh yeah.
Spike, Angel, Willow, even Xander. So it's like it's gonna be interesting seeing how they portray this girl. And is she gonna have friends? Is there gonna be a witch? I'm very
Given her
curious.
age, I imagine they put her in high school again.
Yeah.
They're probably going to try and replicate the original series as much as possible, I
Oh my
imagine.
god.
So I assume it's going to be Monster of the Week as well.
Oh my god.
At
Is
first.
Buffy gonna be the librarian?
That's what I mean. I think she's gonna be more like Giles, and this is gonna be the new because they have like a new Scooby's coming in, right? This girl has friends that are gonna be like the new Xander and Willow. They have the guy. There's a gay guy. Yeah, the one guy's a gay guy, and then they have like a nerdy girl that's supposed to be like Willow. So it's kind of like they're gonna just try and copy it, and it's not gonna work because the chemistry of the original cast was amazing, and the writing was just fantastic. And I talked to James Marsters about this briefly for like a couple minutes when I met him. He's Spike, and we like fangirled about how great the writing was in the original Buffy because the writers that came on, most of them were pretty new, so they had something to prove, and they actually cared about what they were writing, so they wanted to make a name for themselves. So they did a really good job. Now it's Nora and Leela Zuckerman from Poker Face and Chloe Zhao from Nomadland. I don't know who they are, but it's
Chloe Zhao. What did she do again? Disbrew, come on. I've heard her
What?
name before.
No,
Was
I
she
haven't
in
heard of that
She-Hulk?
show.
but literally no Joss
No,
just ruins
that
it. But they have
was-
two women taking control. Like, not to I know Disbrew's gonna love this, but
She-Hulk
men
was
write
somebody
women
else.
better. So like Joss made
Yeah.
people got
Eternals. She directed Eternals.
Jessica Gao was She-Hulk.
Oh, okay. I got the names mixed up. Chloe Zhao is Eternals director, but if I don't think it's the same Chloe then. If she was the writer, or she is the writer. No,
Apparently
she's set to
this
direct.
directed a Diablo
No.
4 video.
She directed Eternals. I thought you said she was a writer. No, she's directing this.
Eternals.
Oh no, we'll see.
Yeah, and you want to know something crazy? Like I
don't
remember
think the
seeing an
direction
interview
of Eternals is why it was great.
that Sarah did, and we'll play this in a second, guys. Like I thought this was cute. Like no, I'm not.
Oh, sorry, she wrote
Eternals.
Eternals as well.
Oh, that's even worse.
She
Yeah,
wrote
she's
and
the
directed
writer.
it.
Oh no.
But
She seems to write and direct the same thing, so
Hold
she
on.
also wrote for Nomadland.
Okay, so she probably. Well, we'll see. We'll see. Sorry, we keep on interrupting, Wicked.
no, you're fine. But I remember like right after, if you guys remember this, there was like the Entertainment Weekly did a spread with the reunion. It was like 20 years since Buffy, but I forgot what it was. But they had the whole cast together and took pictures and all that. And around that time, I remember it's probably been wiped from the internet now, but I remember seeing a clip from an interview that Sarah did saying, like, someone was like, "Oh, would you ever want Buffy to come back?" And she's like, "Not if Joss isn't involved." She was like, "I wouldn't do it if he wasn't involved." And
I think I would prefer him to be involved than her, if I had to choose.
Yeah,
She's just an actress, you know. You're not even going to be the Slayer anymore, so you're not even needed in the series. But you do need the talent that made the show good.
Yeah.
To exist.
Yeah, I love
And
her.
that
I
is
love Buffy.
The writers
But you're
and the
right.
creators.
Yeah.
It's not the actors.
You're right.
much
What
as I
are
like
they
the
going to
actors
call
doing it.
this?
I don't know.
I mean, I guess Buffy is in this, but the show is called Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
They might just call
Yeah.
it that because they're trying to get people like me. Like they're making this. Listen, I don't want a Gen Z Buffy. They're not going to do it right. They're going to go way too like girl boss and feminist with it. And of course, the original
what
Buffy
if they do a
was
Flash and a vampire goes to hit her and she's like, "No touching without consent."
Oh my goodness.
I'm triggered.
This is toxic masculinity.
Yes.
It's gonna hurt. But let's watch this little clip of her. Like I said, I thought this was cute. Nothing against this young actress. I don't know her. Like I don't know if she's gonna do a good job. And even if she's a fantastic actress, I just don't think the writing is gonna be there because none of the original people are there.
I agree, especially if Chloe Zhao is involved now that we know.
I know
that.
that's like
This
just made it
series will
worse.
save lives.
Oh gosh. All right. Well, this is Sarah Michelle Gellar delivering the news to Ryan. What's her name? Ryan
Gosling.
Kiera Armstrong. Yeah, Ryan Gosling. I'd watch that. Okay, here we go.
God, him as Buffy would probably be a great comedy.
So many parts with like me being out of the country. And there was just sort of like one part of it that I just wanted to ask you and I wanted to make sure that you were okay with.
Okay.
How do you feel about helping me save the world?
Good.
You want to be my chosen one? Will you stand by my side and save the world? Yeah.
Like, this is cute. She's
Ryan,
like,
we
I
all
think this
love
is
you.
cute.
And from the second we all saw your tape, there was nobody else in our eyes that could do it, that we wanted to do it with. And I'm so excited to stand by your side and have you be my partner on this journey.
She's crying.
I'm so excited. Oh my god.
So I hope it's a yes.
Yes, 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 for sure, yes. Thank you. I'm so excited.
Welcome to New Sunnydale.
Do you think that's going to be the name of it?
Wait,
New
wait. I
Sunny-
don't think. Is that all of it?
No, there's more. I just wanted to pause it right there because she says, "Welcome to New Sunnydale." And another thing, Sunnydale's like kind of gone in the end. Like, they could obviously make this,
Well, they
They can
just
rebuild.
made a
That's
second
fine.
one.
yeah. But I
From
wonder if
that,
they're going
though-
to name it that.
She's like, "Thank you for being my partner. Thank you for standing by my side."
That's what I mean.
Implies that she's still going to be the main character, so it probably would
Yeah.
just be Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Yeah. All right, we'll finish it.
Thanks for having me.
Ryan, you've earned it. There's nobody else in any of our eyes. You are our chosen one.
So honored. Thank you guys. Thank you for trusting me.
I know this process.
That's
has
the
been
line
hard.
that
and There's been so many parts with like,
Okay, that was it.
That's the line that
Start
I like
over.
the most. Thank you for trusting me with this.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of people is like, yeah, it's an old TV series. I'm gonna make it better. It's gonna be much improved when I'm there. It's like, no, I actually,
Oh, yeah.
there's actually something. There's a responsibility that I have in this role, which not many people seem to get nowadays.
It makes me think that at least she's seen. You know how like some TV shows tell you not to look at the source
Yeah,
material?
I was going to say this. Yeah.
Or even if she hasn't seen it, if you're like, thank you for trusting me with this, you'll go away and watch it. Like,
She has a
you'll take it seriously.
responsibility.
Yeah, she has
to-
respect for what it is. I mean, Buffy is huge. It was such a cultural moment back when it happened, and a lot of people, even younger, I guess Gen Zers like her probably have seen it. I mean, like you said, if not,
15?
maybe.
I'm
Yeah,
not sure.
15 is kind of. I mean, I didn't even watch it when I was 15. I got older and did I seen the later episodes, like seasons when they were new, but I had to go back. I was too young, and it scared me to watch when it was like
depends.
it started.
I think it depends on your parents. So, like, say
Yes,
Ryan's
yeah.
parents actually enjoyed watching this sort of stuff because,
Yeah.
like, this could be good for tween drama. Like, I think about the Vampire Diaries. It's probably equal to like the time it came out to the content, right? So we got 90s Buffy, but we got 2000s and somethings Vampire Diaries, and the teens loved it. Teen girls probably loved watching, Buffy the Vampire Slayer. The lover parts more so than the
yeah.
actiony parts.
But they still watched. Yeah,
They
exactly.
still watched it.
Yeah, I mean, it sucks that Joss isn't going to be involved. When he created the movie, he didn't get as much creative control as he wanted. Like, he did, but he had to share it with somebody else, and he wasn't able to do everything he wanted, which is why the movie kind of flopped. I think it's like a fun little campy nod. To me, I look at that as like a nod to it, right? Because you can't really compare a movie that was like 90 minutes to a 7-season like how many episodes? Like 40-minute episodes.
They're
You
like
know what I mean? Like
20
so
in a
much
season, right?
Yeah, and so much character development, even just for Buffy and the rest of them. So, like, obviously, there's so much more to the show than there was to the movie. But you can appreciate the movie. It's kind of like a cult classic now. But I do think that Sarah had the opportunity to develop Buffy way more. I like Christy Swanson, and they had there was a lot of people, and I think even like Ben Affleck had like a little cameo in it. I forgot. I haven't watched the movie in a long time, but quite a few. They were like no names at the time when the movie came out. But yeah, Joss not being involved sucks because
You've also got the fact that one of the reasons the original was so big is because Sarah Michelle Gellar was hot and she was 19, and they used that in all the marketing. They used it in the show, and you're not going to get that anymore.
Oh,
So
no,
this will
not at
not
all.
be aimed at a male audience. This will be the female audience right from the start.
yeah.
And it's going to be, I have a feeling it's going to be an entirely different show. They will try and imitate it, but you will have people from modern times imitating that. It'll be their life, so you'll witness their high school. And going through high school now is very different than back then and stuff. And I think it's just going to be all about our emotions. Like I think you're going to end up with a soap opera. rather
Yeah.
than
I
a
mean-
vampire show.
Like the Vampire Diaries did it really well for a female like TV series. It still had a
The-
little bit, much
the
less
vamp-
than Buffy though of
The
action.
Vampire Diaries was more aimed at women than Buffy was, I think.
Yes, and that's why
Yeah.
it's going to be a weird like mix. So is it going to turn CW? I don't even think girls will be like, "Oh my god, I need to see this because this is what I grew up with and I want to see this."
Well,
There's a huge mistrust of it now too with reboots and remakes.
Mhm.
I just think this will continue that trend. So you ended up with Buffy, which I think Angel was more aimed at men. Then you had Buffy, which was a bit more aimed at women. Then you had Vampire Diaries, even more aimed at women. And I think this
Yeah.
will just continue that trend of everything being aimed more and more and more that way.
Yeah.
Just because the writers are more and more feminine as time goes on. And I don't think it'll ever reach the same audience as that because I'm not honestly sure how many women are that interested in vampire things now
anymore. Yeah.
Oh.
And I mean, back when Buffy was on, especially in the earlier seasons, Sarah Michelle Gellar was kind of a scream queen, right? She was in I Know What You Did Last Summer. She eventually did the Grudge too, which was like I think that was more near the end. I don't even remember when the Grudge came out, but she kind of solidified herself as like a scream queen between Buffy and like I Know What You Did Last Summer is a cult classic. So yeah, and the way they marketed was definitely like, you know, the hot vampires and like, oh, she's a slayer in love with a vampire. Like, oh my gosh, so forbidden.
Hey.
Oh.
Yeah, and then it was a really good idea for them to do the spin-off of Angel because
Everyone loved
women
Angel.
women and men could also enjoy that, but it's like I feel like men then were more towards like, okay, I'm gonna watch Angel because it was like a kind of like a Batman detective type thing, right? But it was a vampire with a soul who, you know what I mean? That wasn't as like high school as Buffy was because, you know, that was a bit more of like girl drama-y, but like men could still enjoy it as well. So that was a really good idea. This, I just don't think it's going to work. I think they brought in someone so young because they think it's going to work. Now,
well, they want her to be able to withstand time too.
Yeah. So she's 15. So if it worked, like say it worked as long as Buffy did, if it went on for 7 years, she would just be in her mid-20s.
Have a 19, that's not going to change any difference if you'd employed a 19-year-old.
Yeah, like they did with her. Buffy was fine. 19 was good. She was 19 playing a 16-year-old.
Well, I also think that Ryan, I don't know who else like auditioned for the role, but I'm trying to think, is there any like 19-year-old that I can think of in Hollywood right now that would maybe fit this role? And I can't.
Well, you'd get an unknown. You wouldn't have known her likely until she was cast.
Yeah, you're right. They probably would have gotten an unknown. But you know what? Like, I'm honestly kind of surprised they hired a white girl to do it.
Let me see. Ryan, Kiera, Armstrong. Because what if she actually had a big following?
She might. I mean for the
109K. I guess not.
Oh, okay.
Well, yeah, but it's like when somebody says unknown, they don't mean has never acted before. They just mean isn't a household
not
name.
A-list.
I'm sure there's loads of young actresses that you'll be like, oh, actually, I do remember you in that movie when you were a kid that I've seen once. Like, there was loads of people like that. This is the thing, acting isn't a rare talent. It's not some impossible thing to find in the world.
Well, in Hollywood these days, it's a bit rare to see.
No, it's just lying. There are so many good liars in the universe.
No, I mean like ones that are actually good. Like look at Rachel Zegler, she's not good.
Yeah, but this is because they're not casting them for the right reasons. If they're casting them for their acting talent rather than do you adhere to the cause.
DI stuff, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It was like Echo. Why did they cast Echo? Because she was the only person of that like ethnicity with one leg that they could find, and they just went to a restaurant and hired her. It's like, that's not a good way to cast.
This comment's kind of dumb. Sorry, I just seen it and I gotta read it. Sabrina did a decent job updating an old show. I don't know why people aren't willing to give this a shot. The difference between this and Sabrina is they don't
mean Sabrina the Teenage Witch, did
they? They do, because they took
That's
it. They
made it an entirely different show.
Yes, they made it a different show. They took the silly comedy from the 90s, the quirky witch, and made it actually dark and more like adult or for like, you know, older.
Yeah, that was just a random witch show we've put the name Sabrina on. That's all that was.
Exactly. And this is different, very different, because they're continuing it. That's why people are calling it a reboot and a revival, because Buffy's still going to be in it. We don't know any, like, what other characters are coming. She was hanging out with Willow. So maybe
I care more about
Willow's gonna.
Spike and Angel coming back than
I know, but they're
Willow.
like they're gonna have to CGI them because they aged. Spike is my favorite. I'm with you on that. I would love for
I
both
don't know.
of them to come back.
With the right makeup, I think
No,
Spike could look fine. He
you
looks
don't
the
even
same.
need to do that.
They
The
both probably
the
could.
whole thing they did with the magic spell at the end can be used to explain everything. You just be like, you messed with magic. So now
the
even the
boys
magic
aged.
beasts are being harmed by it, and that's
Yeah.
where they're coming for you.
But you're
Like,
actually
you
you're
harm
actually
vampires and they hate you
thinking.
for it.
You're actually trying to make it make sense and make it good. We don't know if they're gonna do that.
Well, it's magic. You can come up with any BS excuse in 30 seconds and it'll work. It's just like, it's magic.
The rules are not the same. You could create a whole new magic spell that we never knew before.
Well, yeah, well, they did do, like, it ended on just basically a magic nuclear weapon that went around the entire world. Just be like, yeah, it was just a ripple effect from that.
Yeah. Because there's all these shows, talk about like magic has consequences, right? So that would make sense. We'll see. If it's good, I'll be happy, but I just don't have faith in it because I'm very biased. But even people who aren't huge Buffy fans are in the same boat. Like, it's just probably not going to be good because they get their hands on our old beloved franchises and they screw them up. So
It's a pattern for a reason, and that's why people aren't going to see certain movies. That's why Sinners, for example, I didn't plan on seeing it at all whatsoever, and until I heard people say it's good, then I started watching it.
did you
And I
see it?
think
I
it's the
didn't
same-
see it.
I loved it. It's
I want to see
stupid,
it.
funny.
It's probably
crazy.
streaming now already, isn't it?
No, it's still in theaters, I believe.
It was doing really well in, like, America, so it'll probably be over there for a while.
Yeah,
I know, just Bruce like
everywhere
that.
else, not so
stupid
much.
movie. He didn't
But,
like it that much. I
No,
know.
it was awful, but it does seem to be an international split.
Yeah, that's what
they did
yeah.
really well in America. Internationally, it did ass. So,
Yeah.
there's some kind of mistranslation there that just doesn't
Yeah,
work.
they were saying on FNT that it overtook Thunderbolts. So, and it's a movie that came out before Thunderbolts.
Mhm.
That's pretty
The
bad.
new
Although-
Avengers.
Beating a movie about depression, I'm not sure.
I was waiting for you to say something like
and
that.
now it's even more depressed. Okay,
Yeah.
God, Disparu.
I got a notification on my phone yesterday that was like, you can rent Snow White now on Prime. And I was like, I don't want to see the word Snow White on my phone ever again. I'm so tired of
I
it.
really don't want to
leave me
see Rachel
alone.
Zegler on my
No,
screen
no.
ever again if I can handle it. Like that movie, I have a feeling it will not even like stream on Disney at one point. Like who's gonna really watch it? It's just wasting space.
There was a thing that happened on Twitter. I can't remember what exactly I posted. But it broke. Sometimes on Twitter you break through into another sphere, and that's what happened with this.
Yes,
and I was called a demagogue, and then someone just posted a screenshot of my Snow White videos. Like, this isn't the own you think it is. They were all my best, most watched videos. I'm like, oh my god, look at this guy who gets so many views. It's like,
Thank you for recognizing.
Look at this popular YouTuber, so lame.
I demand a better quality of criticism.
If you're gonna insult me, do it right.
Like,
Gosh.
don't screenshot the highlights. Like, come on.
British, right? You gotta go a little lower on the belt in order to insult
Look at this
me.
guy with his millions of views. Like, own. That's not what you think. But gotcha. My gosh.
It's like when you go to an interview and they're like, "What do you have to work on?" Oh, I'm just so motivated to work all the time.
Yeah. What's your greatest weakness? Well, I'm a perfectionist, you see. All my stuff's just too high quality.
All right, let's catch up with super chats and then
let's watch the Romanian tweet.
Oh, sorry, hold on. He has to have it. He had that there for like 20 minutes. He actually was in the Saucy queue. I don't know.
No, I was in the Buffy queue. I was like, Jesus, this topic has gone on for a while.
Yeah, because like if you think about it, they would still.
Oh, hang on, it's on double speed.
I was gonna be like, "What are we watching?"
That's how I watch everything.
That's how he watches everything. That's how he hears everything. That's why he can understand me in X-ray.
That's why he's a chipmunk.
No, my favorite thing, I was watching It's a Gundam live stream once. I was like, he's messed up his music. And then I realized, no, it's because I can't double speed his live stream.
Oh my god.
So it's the first time I'd ever heard his music properly.
It's so true. I always, well, at the beginning, because I would listen to all of Gary's live streams on double. So when I started going on the live streams with him, I'm like, he talks so slow.
yeah.
Oh my god.
Because like if you think about it, they would steal the victory for us.
Okay.
Steal victory?
I trust you are not suggesting these Romanians are untrustworthy. Princess Bubblegum, or is treachery now a virtue among your...
Okay, but like Romanians, we should carry them.
Carry these Romanians, you say? So, Princess Bubblegum,
Wait, can
you
I
suggest we exploit their kleptomania?
What?
This is the
my
thing.
God.
People were just having him follow around and he's just like dropping bombs.
Oh
That
my
is amazing.
They're gonna remove it.
They've
I think
already
they're gonna-
patched it.
Oh, okay.
Because Loser Fruit, when they dropped like F-bombs and stuff, they were like, no, we patched this. It shouldn't happen again. We hope.
We hope.
Oh, that's funny. Okay.
Well then.
On that note, let's catch up on the supers. Lexicon Hellhound for 5. John Lena attractive. He looks like Jim Varney on steroids, for Christ's sakes.
I think you mean
Well-
Cena.
Yeah, John Cena. Who's Jim Varney?
Jim Varney. I have no idea. Oh. I think I've seen him in places, but I don't know where from.
Oh,
Oh, I do know him. Yeah,
Who is
this
he?
is... You'll know this guy. I've seen him in stuff. I couldn't point out where from, but I definitely know his
Oh.
face.
yeah. Oh my gosh, it's Ernest. Yeah, there we go. Chat's got it too. Yeah, Ernest. Okay. A national treasure. Of course, Disprove doesn't know. I didn't know his name. I just know him as Ernest. Andrew Matthews for £2. Split fiction, double-headed centipedes. Oh, he said you
yeah,
like
that's what he means.
centipedes.
Okay, so I was
Okay.
playing Split Fiction, and it literally is just a head, body of a centipede, other head, and it like freaked the crap out of me, and I didn't like playing the character. Oh,
Your
God, it was
mouth
so
is their ass.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, where does the poop come out of?
Your mouth.
Both
yeah.
ends.
Well, they proved that when
gross.
you swallowed
That's
water, the other one
gross.
started spitting it out. You're like, oh.
Mm-hmm.
Lance
How
for
do they
5.
procreate?
I don't want to know.
Docking.
Each other?
Probably. Yeah. My favorite was in, I think it was the movie
Probably.
Evolution, where they were like, how on earth does it breed? It was a single-celled organism. They went asexually. And then this woman just goes, takes all the fun out of it.
Oh my God. Well, there's a thing that plants do. It's called selfing. Like they inseminate themselves.
Oh,
it
yeah,
called?
the button
sulfurs.
beetle. The button beetle tries to find a mate, named because it lives in the hole in the button. Tries to find a mate. If it can't, it gives birth to itself, like clones itself and gives birth to itself, but it's always a runt. Then it breeds with itself and has a baby.
Yeah, that's
'Cause
so strange.
Yeah, it's very difficult to find a woman in a button, is what I think we learned there. Like a borrower.
So if you have fun with yourself, are you asexually procreating? No, you're not
Well,
procreating.
you're not procreating, not unless something goes
Never mind.
horribly wrong. It just like starts growing on your hand. You're like,
God.
oh no.
We literally
never told
made
me that-
Wicked leave.
They said I was going blind, not this.
Well, if you end up procreating somehow, that is some insane evolution you've created with you and your hand.
This is why you ever see a blind person, you can just judge them. I know what you've been doing.
Wait, what?
It was always the rumor that it was why, what was it? Wheat, the wheat-based cereals, the Weetabix was invented and stuff, because the idea was, if you played with yourself, you'd go blind.
I've never heard this.
I don't know how. It's a very well-known thing. They genuinely believed it. The church believed it because
That you will literally go blind touching yourself?
they thought it was a side effect. So one of the reasons they were like, no, you've got to stop this, is because they genuinely thought people were hurting themselves.
But did they not test it at all? Like they just were
Look,
spreading
it would be
lies?
immoral to test it, wouldn't it?
I'm sure
'Cause
people
you
did
would have to.
anyways.
What you're gonna do? You're gonna like split test two twins, and you let one do it and go blind, and the other one
Yes.
not.
I think we have to at this rate. The church has to do its
It's
research.
the only way to
How
find
dare
out.
you spread misinformation?
How you know? It's like those seeing eye dogs, though. It's bet you by cat just having a big sign on you.
But like, okay, the crazy part is, say like a wife and a husband just can't stop. Wouldn't the husband go blind too?
No, because he's not doing it to himself.
It's the
They
same-
specifically thought it was you doing it to yourself that made you
That's
go
so
blind.
Strange. But what if the wife did it to the husband instead of you to yourself? Anyways, I'm
Well, no,
probably
again,
thinking about it too hard.
It wasn't the idea that it was evil or immoral anyway. It was like a medical side effect. I
Oh
don't think
my
they even knew
god!
why. You have to remember, like, there was a lot of weird medical stuff, and
Yeah.
there still is. Medicine has always been kind of insane. So-
Some of the stuff that you read when they like this is what you do when this happens, you're like, how did they like bloodletting? Whenever you're sick, they just suck blood using
Yeah.
leeches out of you. You're like, that doesn't. If
Well, there
anything,
was
they got
loads.
sicker.
The idea that if you were insane, what would make a sane person go insane would make an insane person go sane. So asylums just turned into like horrific abomination buildings.
Oh my god!
There's
Yeah,
loads of stuff. The medical industry's always been like that.
it's a little strange, but I like
Mhm.
it.
That's
Yeah.
just because you get to stick
It's like
babies
come
in
back
tubes.
to that. It's
Yeah.
strange, but I like it. That's what I come back to.
Hey, it's not the worst. Okay, have I done worse? Oh my god. I've had to strap babies down before to try to get skull x-rays because parents couldn't hold them.
Aw.
I know,
Babies
it's
are some
really sad.
babies are strong. I worked
I
in a
know.
No,
daycare.
they're
I've gotten
not.
beaten. I've
No,
gotten beat up.
they
I'm
can
kidding.
be.
No!
It depends.
They
It depends
can
on the
be.
parents. It depends on the parents because sometimes, like,
John
say,
Cena's not popping out like bodybuilders.
oh my god, I've
The
literally,
baby's not born like that guy is hench. It's like,
He's
I've
jacked,
literally
dude.
seen like
he's
parents
there
not
like
able to
ripping
hold
his way
their
out of the
children down.
womb. He's
At,
not
like,
even waiting to be born. He's like the Hulk.
At 2 to 5 years old, you cannot reason with these children, but like parents will try to. Like they're supposed to hold still for like say a foot X-ray, and I'm telling the parents like, hold them down because guess what? The more X-rays I take, the
And they're like,
more.
no, he's so powerful. He's like turning green.
Yo, but that's the thing is some people don't want to
Flipping
do that.
tables over.
And
Yeah.
it really depends on parenting style. I love when you get the super Asian kids. They come in, they sit still. Like I had this one kid that had a broken like wrist, and they still did
Well, he shouldn't have
everything.
stolen that cream egg, should he?
Oh my god!
He learned his lesson.
But
He'll always eat his vegetables first now.
Oh my god! You mean milk? They'll drink their milk. That's why you should
Disparu
always have
approves of
desk
milk.
milk. Promoted by Disparu.
Mhm. So your parents can't break your wrist in punishment. You're like, no, got stronger bones than you.
You
Your
can't. No,
bones will
Ace,
snap
you break your
first.
wrist.
You can't break my bones, old man.
Yup.
All right, Lance. Sorry, you were in the queue for a bit. Thank you for the 5. The funny thing about the
You went
Ironheart trailer,
AFK.
I know. I said I
You
did
went, oh, you were in a queue. Sorry,
She's
when I
like-
left the room.
Bye.
Bye. Sorry. The funny thing about the Ironheart trailer is that if you told people it was completely made by white people, it would be the most racist thing alive.
It still
Was it
is the most racist
technically-
thing alive.
Well, apparently,
Riri, we're
if
just
you don't
waiting
like
to be
it,
acknowledged.
you are. Yeah. It's gonna be
This-
awful.
The smoke alarm beeping during it was a step too far, I tell you.
Will you read this one, Disparu?
A Lexicon Hellhound for $5. Ironheart is going to flop as hard as Jeremy gets watching Brokeback Mountain.
Thank you.
Oh my god.
I was confused where that was going as we had flop and hard within 3 words.
Well,
I was
you
getting
got
mixed
there.
signals.
Mate, thank you for the 5. What are we drinking tonight? I am just drinking water. I had my sauciness earlier. If I would have continued, I wouldn't have made it to the stream. I also had to bake, so
If I drink, it has to be a higher super chat than Staccato can make because he will make me drink.
he will make you drink. Oh,
Oh, that looks fancy.
that looked like a commercial shot, like just zoomed right in on his drink of like beautifully. Look at that camera focus.
It's a nice like focus that your camera
is.
has.
Yeah.
Damn.
It would
And
create,
it's
would it-
like face detection, so the moment the face
Oh!
goes, it's just...
Here, I'm gonna put. Let me try.
Because
Oh,
you're
dang.
worth it.
That's
Take
fast
zoom.
focus.
Because you're
What do
worth
I
it.
have that I can show the school? Here, something I 3D
Because you're
printed.
worth
Let's
it.
see. Let's see. Nothing's happening.
Oh, didn't you set study focus? Oh, never mind. Oh, you have
It's got-
passive focus.
Oh, I'm not cool.
Also, you want to cover your face anyway. 'cause
Oh.
Yeah, if your
sometimes they
face
try
is
and
there.
detect.
No, like literally in front of your face. Like, oh my
Yeah,
god.
like-
She covers her face behind her hand.
I think mine's on. Yeah, see, mine's on face detection. So it's only when the face gets covered does it.
I just fall out of my chair.
No, just put it in front of your face. You don't have to cover your face with
Yeah,
your
there's
hand.
a reason why I
Look
go
at it.
like that and not hello. Let's. She is doing the meme where it's like, how do men take photos of something? How do women take photos of something? It's like,
I mean,
if I was doing a selfie with the bottle as a woman, it'd be like.
Oh, that was
Let's see.
in the
It's
thing
not- I gotta
with
be
Katy
closer.
Perry when she went up in space.
Yeah.
All the women were taking selfie photos with
The Earth was this little window behind them, and like 90% of the picture was their face. Like men take pictures of an object,
There you go.
women take photos of their face, covering up something more
Yeah,
important than their
yeah.
face.
Now we're just showing stuff at this point. Look what I got. Just proves like I got milk, I got whiskey, we got plushies.
I got a screwdriver.
What a guy! I got whiskey and a screwdriver. That's it.
That sounds like a fun afternoon.
How many blushies do you have? Just right there. Like,
Just two.
I got
I
the
have-
solo leveling books.
I have Disbruce's favorite. You ready?
yeah, I don't
I
have
am not the
focus
one that
on
ripped
you
his
guys
head
have.
off.
I know. It's a Pez dispenser. There's still Pez in here.
Oh, I used to have those as a kid.
They're so
I
good.
didn't know they still existed.
They
Mhm.
do. They do. They're great. It's just like a desk snack, just in case. You never know. You really never know.
It's just solidified milk.
Ew.
Yeah. What? Okay.
Because
I
I
have a
know
weird
yeah,
question.
solidified milk is basically cheese. It's like
It's also yogurt.
yogurt.
What is the weirdest thing you have on your desk? I have this lion's mane,
I don't know if I have anything
or I have cat ears.
weird.
I have cat ears that light
Oh.
up.
Can it be within arm's reach so I don't have to
Yes.
move? Okay.
I don't have anything weird. Got some nail polish, some gum, some
How does this
lotion.
turn on? Oh,
I don't know which is weirder, but this is a speaker tube,
why?
What's that?
and I also have clothed laundry detergent soap.
Probably not right.
That's random.
I want to change my camera focus now so that I can do that and do commercials with you guys.
Well, I got it for if I go traveling for longer and need to like hand wash clothes in a hotel or something, and then I just left it near me when I unpacked it and never used it again.
Hey, I think that's smart to travel with that. You know how much they charge you at hotels for detergent?
I know. They're like, do you want to spend £25 to clean this? No, not really.
Nope.
I'd even if it didn't have, I'd just put water in the sink. That'll do.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just rinse it off, put it outside. It's fine.
I don't think I have
Uh,
anything else that's weird here, though.
I don't have anything weird.
This
I don't know
time.
what classify.
I'll find something weird to put on for next week so I could show
I
it
have
off.
multicolored electrical tape.
That's fancy.
Well, I
That's
got this
cute.
for putting on a suitcase, so I recognize it.
I know right now it's like what we're doing is like that scene in Wayne's World when he's like talking about sellouts. He's like, it's just really sad. And he's like drinking
Oh.
a Pepsi.
Hair conditioner.
We're doing that's what
'Cause
we're
I
doing now for
always
no
wash my
reason.
This is
hair
where I
next to my
shower as
PC.
well.
Yeah,
You
that's
never
a real
know when you might
streamer
need
thing.
it.
You just walk off camera and it's just like, no, I'm gonna get back streaming in 5 minutes. I gotta do
I
this
need
here.
to
There's
wash
no
my
other
hair,
choice.
guys. Oh my god.
Mark, thank you for being a member for 22 months. And don't forget Michelangelo's David. Oh, that's when you're talking about the statues that they didn't had up in Rome of like naked women. Yeah, so did you see it actually? We were in Buffalo. There's a park that has it. Did we drive by it? And I was like, that's the statue. And they had David. He's naked.
I don't remember it then.
I
if
might
you
have.
did drive
I
by
might
it.
have. I don't remember.
I drove through Buffalo when I came back from Boston, and it made me remember like hanging out with you, and I got
Mhm.
really sad, and then I missed you.
And you crave chicken wings.
Got hungry for wings.
And
yeah,
Wegmans.
that's actually
Ah.
the point of that story.
Yeah. Oh,
Mhm.
Wegmans is so good. I miss Wegmans.
Cheers.
Southeastern Kaiju for 2. Cheers, y'all. Cheers. Thank you for the 2. I gotta refill my water actually soon.
Okay. Do you want me to read?
Yeah. No, it's fine. I can wait a minute. Actually, you know what? Yeah, let me do it now while we're doing supers. Please. I'll be right back.
Sure. Let's see. Where are we? I don't know. I'm gonna start this way because I know she hasn't read these. Staccato DDS for $20 says you called X-Ray Girl. No, because if I put a number amount, I know you will make me drink. I know Disbrew wants me to drink. I could
Yep.
see it in his face. Well, he wants me to drink every episode. He thinks
Yep.
all of us should drink, which is technically true. I do think
it's
the
not my
show's fun
rules. It was like it got named Saucy Saturdays for that reason.
because we got Saucy one stream, and then literally it birthed the show. So we'll think about it. We'll think about it. If chat gives a fair number,
wait.
we can maybe have a drink. Thank you. Psychotic Mongoose member for 14 months says
Oh.
next week the strangest thing on Wicked's desk might be flour. It could be there already.
It's what she's doing now. She's just covering herself in flour.
How do you think she stays so white?
She actually looks like Cutie Gatwa normally.
Oh my god. She's doing white face, y'all.
Mm.
How do we feel about that? That's not a bad
She's
thing.
like
It's
the
only-
Victorians, constantly
God.
just putting it on herself.
Oh my god. Powdering their faces. Insane.
Okay, I want to show this because I've literally just seen it.
Okay.
Wait, why is that not? Is that in the wrong? Hang on. It's in the wrong browser. I got absolutely baited by this article
Okay.
because it started. BBC announces Doctor Who special with David Tennant, Billy Piper, and more for the 20 years revival, and then it's like it's actually a special episode of Doctor Who Unleashed.
What is Unleashed like a thing like where they
It's like an extras show. They do interviews, some behind the scenes kind of stuff. There's normally they do an Unleashed kind of explanation episode for every episode that goes shown on TV.
That is literally so evil because it's technically not Doctor Who. It's the behind the scenes.
Yeah,
Horrible.
it is
Yeah.
interesting given the rumors though that these people are willing to return about the show at all. Because the rumors have been right that the next Doctor's already cast. It's going to be a woman who's got who is well known, who's already been in the series. And now you find out that Billy Piper's returning to talk about the show. Look, I think the rumor's nonsense, but it is weird how like all the things are lining up. And I thought the last episode rumors were nonsense, but they turned out to be true. There has been a lot of leaks that came true. Yeah, it takes
That
time
is
politics with the cast and creative.
insane.
Moffat and Chibnall will also appear.
Oh, so they're getting a lot of people coming back for this, which is kind of fun. Okay,
Four
not gonna
30-minute
this?
episodes.
not gonna lie, the companion looks prettier right now because she's all dressed up.
Yeah, she's almost unrecognizable there.
I actually think she looks
Also,
gorgeous
she's
there.
smiling. That's the first.
Because, well, at least I've only seen her as Cinta in Andor, and she has such a sour face on.
That was the best bit of the show when she got shot in the face. Look, if I have to put up with her on Doctor Who, seeing her get
You feel really good about
brutally
it.
slaughtered really helped. Yeah,
Oh my god.
that was like my release valve.
So Raider is in my PayPal right now and says take a shot. Just
there you
kidding.
go. Take a shot.
I actually almost feel like I should.
It'd be rude not to.
I
Yeah.
think so. I will be back. What should I
Okay,
do?
I'll-
Whiskey?
Cover yourself in flour. Oh.
No. That's a different type of stream.
Bake. She means baking, chat.
There'll
There'll be something put in the oven.
I don't know. She'll find something. Let me do some supers
Okay,
while she's.
So she did 20 from Staccato.
Okay, all right.
Exposure.
Okay, I'm gonna go in order. Old Renaissance boomers been a member for 12 months, 1 year. Thank you. I have an old work story. No matter how you try to tell it, everyone is waiting for a punchline. It was 2 blondes and a brunette heading to Vegas.
I
This
think the
proves
joke is
that-
there isn't a punchline, but you're expecting one.
Yeah. Thank you, Renaissance boomer. Mark Reality for 5. You don't like the big star of the movie Starfighter, waiting for Hollywood to remake Starfighter.
I don't think I've ever seen Starfighter.
I haven't either. Lexicon Hellhound for 5. Buffy led to decades of crappy dialogue in TV and movies. Everyone mimics the hip, quippy dialogue. Yeah, you're right. That Buffy did it right, and then a lot of people tried to copy it, and it just like it didn't hit the same. I agree with that.
Well, it's like if you watch a stand-up and then you just stand on a stage and start talking. Like, yeah, obviously, if you're not a comedian, you're not going to be funny, are you? It's the same way it works. You've got the most unfunny people in the world, like what's his face? He did Thor: Love and Thunder. That guy has never made anybody laugh in his entire life, and yet all his movies are full of comedy. And I think even Thor said he has like the personality of a 7-year-old. Like, well, of course, this guy isn't funny.
And Raider gifted 20 memberships. Thank you, Raider. Hold on, where's my? Here it is.
Aw.
Thank you. And this is a fair point that you can't really blame Buffy for everyone else doing poor imitations. Yeah, it started. I agreed that it started it, but yeah.
Taika Waititi. Oh.
And what does X-Ray have?
Oh, that smells good. So this is Kentucky bourbon,
Oh,
straight bourbon whiskey. It smells really good. It has an eagle on it.
that's very American of you. I approve.
I love
Oh,
how that was mentioned like it changes the whiskey in some way. It was like, no, I only buy alcohol which has like various different small woodland creatures on it. I just assume it tastes
Cheers.
like the animal.
What?
I want to sip it. Ooh, that goes down so smooth.
It's good.
You know how like when you drink,
Too
sometimes you
smooth?
get that like where you're like, oh, gross.
Yeah, well, it's not a
This-
good shot. Yeah.
Does not do that whatsoever.
Jason Webster for Australian 5. Hi to the beautifully spirited X-ray girl, engaging conversationalist wicked virtue, and the one and only Disparu. Thank you, Jason.
I'm not sure that was a compliment. It was like, yeah, and him.
And
exist.
Disparu's here too.
Hey, you know what? You know what? It's better than Jason usually does this. He'll go like say hi to myself and Tugs with words like that, and then go, hi, Dan.
Carl Anderson for 2. I hate the new Sabrina, which show OG was more fun. Yeah, the OG was way better. The new one was just like, yeah, it
It
wasn't.
just wasn't.
It lost the
It didn't even
charm.
attempt to be Sabrina. It was odd.
No, it was completely different. Yeah, they just used the name.
The name?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is like it's like a zombie, essentially, of a person. You know,
skin
you have the
suit.
original great, but then it takes the form trying to be that, but you know it's not the same.
Yep. Exactly.
Or
And
like
Jason,
that Doctor Who episode where they take the skin suits, those big pigs. Do you remember
Oh,
that?
That's your
That the-
guys'
The one where they keep farting all the time. Is that? What you mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Feels like that.
Take over the.
You know it's
parliament.
not the real thing. You're like, ugh.
Well, yeah, and then it's like, what? I look just like the thing you liked. Why don't you love me? It's like because
You're not
an
it.
alien creature just like pretending to be a thing.
And you fart too. It's weird.
Yeah. I mean, the wife did as well. But
I don't even
still-
know what you're talking about, but her saying that is,
Oh.
I'm
No,
a
it's like
child.
These
Sorry.
alien
Just the
creatures,
way
which
she
are these
said it.
huge pigs, and they wear this like collar that makes them smaller and fit into human skin suits. And in order for that to happen, they like kind of fart and they move. They
Ugh.
move regular, but they're not the same. You know.
I think they used to constantly secrete like helium as a byproduct of wearing the suits, so it would build up in time and they'd have to get rid of it.
Yes,
And you're
Steven,
like,
I am
"Oh."
lost. It's okay.
But even that, they'd be like, well, your wife used to fart. It's like, yeah, but at least she left the room first.
Jason Webster for an Australian 5. Imagine Sydney Sweeney as Buffy and has
She
training in
couldn't.
kickboxing and mixed martial arts behind her.
No, there's no. Can you
her-
imagine
Her
Sydney
boom butts are
Sweeney
too big.
doing a spin kick? She'd give herself 2 black eyes. Like that could not work.
No, she has to just wear the proper bra, sports bra for that.
She couldn't handle the G forces. They'd rip off.
Oh my goodness.
Ian
She'd
for
be
50
generating
cents.
her
I'm not
own
skipping
gravitational field.
Super chats, but this one popped up, and I thought that I would comment on
Okay,
it.
you know what, Ian? If you
I'll drink
want,
for everyone's money but mine. Why I'm offended. Do you want me to go get a shot, Ian?
Ian,
it would
if
be
you do
rude
another
not
one
to.
that
Ian,
said drink,
we're
I'll
like-
drink to you.
We're like moms.
okay?
Remember when we were like Ian?
Ian.
Ian.
Ian! When you said
I
the
will.
G-force thing, on Morning Roast, there was a device that was created by
To give birth.
to give birth.
I saw that.
They strap a pregnant woman down and spin her where you can get up to 8 G's for and that would
Oh.
help the baby out. Because there was no rubber money. Oh my god. Rainer never
Uh-oh.
talks in chat. They're fighting now.
I love their bromance. But I will. I'll read
Oh,
a couple more
he
super-
totally
yeah,
wants you to
okay.
get shots. I can read while you do
Okay,
that. I don't know
I
why.
think I left them in order. If you just want to go,
The thing
I
is,
unstar, unless it looks different for you.
is this? Have you read this already?
Nope, that's the first one that I was gonna
Okay,
go through
okay.
down. Okay, I'll be right back.
Okay, cool. Lance for $10. I knew Sinners was going to be a hit in America, if nowhere else, because it before it came out. There's nothing that the American public loves more than gooning over noble, oppressed Black people. What?
I wanted a vampire movie. That's what I wanted.
I mean, I didn't think I gooned over it. I thought it was ridiculously fun, hilarious, and it went somewhere where I didn't think it was going to go. And it ended in a nice tone. Like there was a nice story for everyone, so to speak.
You mean when he slaughtered all the people? You were like, oh.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he was getting his like.
Yeah, they had it coming. It was fine.
Well, I mean, the motivation was correct, and I like the
The
story about-
motivation was set up in about 20 seconds at the start of the movie and then forgotten about till the end. Yeah.
Maybe. Oh well, I was thinking more about like the family thing, without giving
forget about
spoilers
it.
away.
I thought the last scene was him shooting all the people that he met. Well, he met one of them at the start.
Well, that was part of the story too. Yes, but it was ridiculous. I think there was a bit of pacing issues that I wish was changed because I did take a nap at the beginning. But I tend to do
I
that
wish
with
I'd
all
slept
movies.
more through it.
Yeah, I watched a lot of movies and I always take a nap, so I don't think that's a thing that I would say is a bad or good thing. I loved Wicked and I napped during Wicked. Okay.
Yeah. Cinemas now. I think I'm getting old. Cinemas now.
Me
You start
too.
turning off the lights. I start falling asleep.
Yeah. Well, like every time I watch a movie, I need to like pause and be like, we got to watch this tomorrow because I can't stay up. And I
Mhm.
want to give it its just due. I had to watch The Empire Strikes Back in 3 sittings because I kept falling asleep. No, it's not that it's a bad movie. It's just because I'm old and tired.
She makes it like 15 minutes and then she's got to take a nap.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's how I felt with Andor.
Well, when you lay down and like I can either sit here in front of like my computer and watch things, or I can lay in bed. And so it's one or the other. Ooh, that looks good.
Gonna
Good.
eat Mozart.
What?
Can be taken in
That
so
that
many
was his
different
final
ways.
wish. Is like, please just turn me into a bottle of chocolate.
Well, either
Chocolate
that or
cream.
you eat his
Oh, no.
musical pieces.
Yeah.
There it goes. I couldn't get the top off.
That's what he said.
He was
Someone
like, I
said-
kept coming in your ears. Now I'm coming in your mouth.
Ay.
Uh,
Super Moz for $1.99. Why does his face work?
it always
Definitely.
works.
Have they extended his neck?
A little bit, I think. Well, because of the collar, right?
A lot. They have extended his neck a lot.
Truth, Justice, and the Shoeless Cold Mountain Dew Way.
That
Well,
was
to be
good.
Superman doesn't need shoes because his feet are stronger than the ground and he can fly.
There you go,
That's true.
Ian. That was good.
Maybe Mozart is Superman. He's just too lazy to actually save anybody.
Maybe.
Like if he ever left his house, he would actually save the world.
Damn.
Instead,
But he would need
uses his powers to
shoes.
get
That would
banned from the
require
bakery.
shoes. It's hard to walk around Australia without shoes, from what I hear.
It gets really hot out there,
And
right?
There's a lot of bugs and like
and things that can kill you.
Yeah, but to be-
kangaroos and stuff.
That's his secret, though. His feet scare off the snakes.
This
we can
was,
solve.
this
We
was the
can. We can
liquor.
have world peace with Maz's feet.
Yeah, they're like the nuclear deterrent.
It's very tasty.
I want to
good for-
try that.
It's great for like
Balls
if
of
you're
space.
making like a
No, the
Oh.
Mozart's
mixed
chocolate thingy.
drinks. Oh
Not
my
Maz's
gosh.
feet. I want to put shoes
Yeah.
on Maz's feet.
Oh,
She does. She
there's a-
wants to like start like a Kickstarter, GoFundMe, whatever that you use now. Because I know not
I
everyone.
was
uses
worried.
GoFundMe.
Okay, I was
She
like,
was.
Maza, please wear shoes. Like
I
I
got
will.
a big, massive
okay.
spider crawling across my wall now.
Oh God, are you gonna shoot
I got
it?
distracted by the movement. I think Mazza has summoned it. This is what happens when Australians get brought up. Spiders appear.
Maybe he's the next Spider-Man, guys.
Possibly. I did open up my
would-
computer once and there were cobwebs inside it. I'm like, they have been living the high life on my GPU heat.
It's so warm in here. I
They're
love
like
it.
cats.
I keep the door closed so I can moderate the temperature in this room based on my PC.
Oh yeah, my PC makes it warm. I was just talking about this
Oh,
the
yeah.
other day that before I moved, when I was still in New York State, like over the winter, I would close my heat vents when I streamed because my PC kicked off so much heat that it heated up the room like a lot. I didn't need the heat on.
Mhm. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Carlos for
Oh,
5
thank you.
says, I know she's older, but just cast Sydney Sweeney as the new Slayer and that show would get viewers. It would be facts that the show would get viewers.
Yeah.
I don't know if she
She'd
could
knock
do...
over the cameraman. He'd
Oh
be
my
doing a close up as she did a spin kick. He'd go far.
Can, you
Bounce
know,
right off.
everyone, everyone on set would just have hard-ons all the time. It's just not safe.
That's how they could sword fight.
Let me use my steak on you.
Yeah. Just,
Oh no.
just like
Go
go straight to
now.
your heart.
Bye.
Really? Is that a promise?
Vampires isn't all she'll be slaying.
Well,
Sounds
this
like
was
a
all-
whole
that-
different kind of show or
that was
movie right now.
always- That was always the question, though, in Buffy. It's like, how did Spike shag her? Like, he doesn't have a heart beating to cause anything to work.
But didn't he still have relations with like other
Exactly.
vampires too?
But he's dead, so his heart doesn't beat. So how does everything inflate?
That's a good question. We should ask.
Joss Whedon, he's the kind of guy you thought would have had an answer for this, but it was I can't remember it being in
Maybe
the
can
show.
we ask Grok?
Probably.
I'm sure some perverted answered it.
Let's see. Oh God,
It will be in a fan fiction somewhere, I'm sure.
Twitter signed me out on Bray for some reason. Let me go. Let me ask Grok. Read the next super chat.
Yeah, I got it. Well, you're looking that up. Leith L for 199. My son Cal Moss. You must prepare for the Uwu Wars. Oh my gosh. Wait, there's more. Cortana Blabs for 199.
They're
Lethal
everywhere.
They're everywhere. Lethal keep demanding feet pics for the Uwu Wars. I believe it. I actually
Okay.
believe that.
I have Grok's answer. Are you ready?
No.
I'm not
Go
sure.
ahead. I'm not sure.
Like, at least if a
Vampire-
human wrote it, I could have, like, guaranteed a certain level of quality, but Grok is like, ooh,
You
who
never
knows?
know. Vampires are fictional, so their physiology depends on the lore. In many stories, they don't have a heartbeat or circulating blood, yet they
but what
still
about
can
Buffy?
experience arousal or physical reactions like an erection. This is often explained by supernatural mechanisms, magic, demonic energy, or mystical substitute for blood that animates their bodies, which is also true because if they don't have blood, how do you get muscle action? Right? Some
No, but
narratives
that would require whoever made the spell to specifically think about this issue and design the spell that way.
That's true. Yeah, they're like, we need vampires to still get hard-ons. Some narratives suggest
I can't
vampires can
remember that.
temporarily mimic human functions, like forcing blood to specific areas through willpower or feeding. Others just gloss over it for storytelling convenience. There you go.
Yeah, and in Buffy specifically, yeah, they don't have heartbeats because if you remember, there's a certain thing that happens to Angel where he temporarily does, have one of Buffy's like, but I heard your heartbeat, and that was like a big thing. So yeah, you don't hear I don't know if Disbrew remembers that. I'm not gonna get too into it, just like spoil it for X-Ray, but it was an angel the first season.
Yeah, but vampires don't have heartbeats in there, do they?
No, they don't. But something happened to where he had one for like very
Yeah, but
temporarily.
angels like a special case. So,
Yeah, he didn't. He doesn't normally have one. It was like
yeah,
something
but Spike
happened.
wasn't, and the whole Invisible Buffy episode, they definitely.
Yeah, it's true. It's very true. So yeah, I mean, what about?
I love how on the Buffy forums there is a thread called "What were Buffy and Spike doing under those rugs?"
Oh my god.
You
People
got to
need to
use your
know.
imagination. Mitchell Fields for 5. Thank you, Mitchell.
Oh my god!
Hold on. What?
What?
It starts
you read
with
it.
I stan Spuffy.
Well, that's
Their ship name. Spuffy.
Spuffy. That's dirty.
yeah.
That sounds dirty.
And
I
And
suppose it's better
Bangle.
than bike.
Bangle. Yay, but
I'm on the bike train.
Yeah.
and Bangle is the Buffy
They
angel one.
rode
I
each
guess.
other everywhere.
Oh my god.
In the insect world, many insects can have clone babies. The downside is a lack of biodiversity versus colds and disease. Sex with a male fixes this.
Fixes everything.
And that's why
I
you're
knew
not
this
supposed to
was
keep it
gonna
in
There's
the
no
say
problem
family
it won't
too.
fix.
You don't keep it in the family for recessive genes,
I'm sorry.
diseases. What? Ask Alabama.
Andy Masterson, thank you. If you like vampire stories, read Nancy A. Collins. Whedon used a lot of her universe physics. Interesting. I didn't know that. Thank you. Mate
like
for
Speedy
5.
Gonzalez. It's over there now.
You have a spider? Are you scared?
Yeah.
Are you
I said
okay?
I had a spider. Yeah, it was
Was
over
I- was
there.
I
Now it's
gone?
over there.
I might have been gone when you said it.
He was so distracted by the spider. He kept on looking up into the corner.
Yeah, it's been moving. I've been watching it go.
Okay. It's watching you zooming around.
I'm gonna get you.
Mate for 5. Make Saturday saucy again. We
Oh,
are.
I'm definitely sauced right now.
What?
That shot got her.
You had like one sip.
I'm gone. Totally gone.
Oh my god, Ian, why?
You want extra
Should
to
I
look that up?
Should
Do
I
it.
grok that? I'll
Here, I'll
grok
grok
that
it
for
too.
Ian.
Let's see.
It won't know what Spuffy is. That's the problem.
Well, it might
if
make
it
something
does?
up.
I'm gonna look at us both do it and see what we get.
This is the issue with Americans, right? Because I the amount of Americans I've seen in
It knows. Did it
It
Oh,
know
needs
God,
a
no.
popular ship name for Spike and Buffy. It didn't
Yeah,
make it a dirty though.
it didn't. No.
No, Americans do that on their own. The amount of American questions I've seen, it's like, why is this woman full of spunk? And I'm like, you can't. No, stop it.
Let's ask Grok if it knows what spunk is.
I don't think
Well, it
Americans
depends.
know.
It's not the same in
I know.
every country. Like if you say someone's
It's horrific over
spunky,
here.
he cracks up. If we say, "Oh, that girl's got spunk,"
Yeah.
it means like she's
I
got
get
pep
what
in her
he's-
step.
She's full of it to the brim,
So we got
overflowing
meanings.
everywhere.
We got a crude term for semen.
That's
yeah,
over
I
there.
tell you, those sailors, they're everywhere.
Yeah, other uses it can also mean Tinder or Spark or be a brand, but those don't
Spark.
seem relevant here.
Yeah, I always thought it meant like energetic, enthusiastic.
Courage, spirit, feistiness. She got
Yeah,
spunk.
feisty.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it was always used about Tracer in Overwatch. I'm like, you can't just please stop. Stop using that word to describe
Spunky.
Tracer.
But no one really uses those words these days, so that's why it sounds weird to hear it.
Well, it's the same with Randy. Like Randy over there is just like a name,
So Randy.
It means
but
something
over here
very
it means
different.
something very different. Yeah.
Well, I know it because of Austin Powers, so I get what it means over there because of Austin.
I just love
No-
that Fanny means something different from here to where you
What about-
are, Disprove.
What about
Yes.
Beaver? Does that mean the same thing over there it does here?
Like if you take it in that term,
It's a British Fanny,
Hmm. Does that mean the same over there?
a beaver. Yeah, oh, yeah,
yeah.
Okay.
it can.
Because there was it was a bit, it was like she had to solve riddles and stuff, but they did an American version, and one of them because she had to go and talk to what was it? A Randy Badger, but it was something like that, and I think it was something to do with like stripes on a police car, and then she had to go up to a policeman and go, are you Randy? Which is a weird question for any Brit to watch in the first place. And you had a politician called Randy Baumgardner, which if you'd made him the
Hey.
diplomat to the UK, we would have taken the piss out of him for it.
Baumgardner.
It's funny. Jason Webster for Australian 5. Imagine Disparu hosting an episode of Antiques Roadshow.
With my issue with the Antiques Roadshow is it getting a bit too close to just things I played with as a kid.
Oh,
Antiques.
my
as a
mom had
kid?
this.
Well, no, antiques are like anything over 50 years old, and it's getting
Yeah.
dangerously close at this point. We're like, oh no. No,
You've
that's
definitely
just
seen
a few
something that's
years
been
before I
around.
was born.
Yeah.
And when you start reaching a point where you're like, your toys are now antiques, like we've already reached a point where my toys were retro. And
That's true.
so
When the Pokemon games become antiques, God, that's gonna
my
be
favorite picture for like Zoomers is just a portable CD player being shoved into a jeans pocket and going, kids don't even know they've lived. They don't even know they're alive. They won't know the struggle.
Minor Zircon for 2. Imagine Disparu hosting RuPaul's Drag Race. Oh,
How do you know I haven't?
I mean, he's wearing a lot of
more
makeup.
makeup. Yeah.
What if Disparu's alter ego was RuPaul?
Like, why do you think I'm covering Doctor Who? It's like it's in my wheelhouse.
Oh my god.
No, my favorite thing about Ironheart is that it's got somebody that I don't know whether they won, but they were one of the contestants in there, and they're now in Ironheart playing a character called Slug. Kind of. Slug is supposed to be a 1,200-pound man in the comics, but I don't think they're going to do that with this. It'd be a bit too on the nose.
Yeah. Oh, do you want to hear a weird crossover? Dedra Miro, she voices Yennefer, I think, in the Witcher games.
There's a lot of actors and stuff that now do voiceovers in games. Well, what was it recent? I forgot all about it. The Oblivion remake. And it's got like Patrick Stewart voicing it. I was like, oh, I can't
Wait, what?
yeah.
Oh my
He-
god.
He plays like I think it's the king, essentially. The emperor or whatever it is from the game. It's only when I went and watched the trailer, it was like, oh yeah, I remember now.
Wow.
Mark
Hey.
Reality for 2. Oh, Freddie Prinze Jr. was a star of Starfighter. I never seen it.
Oh,
Never seen it.
I'm surprised he can drive, let alone fly.
He's not an Asian woman, okay? God.
No, but he is a woman.
God. I'm not going to
It's like
disagree with
Pedro
that.
Pascal. Look, a lot of people have a problem with it, but I am convinced that Pedro Pascal was born in the wrong body. Like, I 100% believe that something went horribly wrong genetically there.
It was the shoes, right?
No, it's his recent interviews. Like, he's all like, oh, I'm ever so scared answering these questions.
I think if you were that scared, you could totally do the whole, like, I don't do interviews.
Well, how's he supposed to virtue signal then?
But I'm just saying, if you really were genuinely scared, I think you should just not do them. Like, why?
No,
Like, don't put yourself in that situation. I wouldn't.
I would not be surprised if that was what do they call them? Sneaky fuckers is the literally the biological term for men which pretend that they're unthreatening. They're one of the girls. There's nothing to fear from me. They're the male feminists essentially. And the way they do it is they act like one of the girls, so they seem unthreatening, and the girls invite them into their area, and then they just attack them. I think that's playing the weak victim. Oh, I just need to hold you. It's like, oh, come on.
Yeah, it's
I don't like that.
no, me
Pussies.
neither. They're soft.
I think I just tweeted that out. It was like, no, I 100%. And I think someone said, no, he's probably just acting. It's like, no, I 100% believe that he is a massive pussy.
Lucifer the Doberman for Canadian 2. Buffy was trash. I can't believe anyone liked it. I disagree with that 100 billion 10%, but it's okay. It's your opinion. I thought it was a good show. Great show. Ian so forth for
Inside,
50.
she's raging.
And I'm so mad right now. I can't even.
She's noted down the name, making a list.
Yep. I already got it all
Checking
down.
it
We all
twice.
better hope she never gets hold of a death book.
Ian, thank you for the 50 pounds. Taiki Watiti actually used to be very funny. His writing on Flight of the Conchords was great.
I think he's like a slinky.
He's like a slinky.
Yeah.
In
He'd
what
be fun to-
way?
He'd be fun to watch go downstairs.
He's bendy and flips around. Okay, maybe not. I'm trying to like
The actual joke, I think it's a Jimmy Carr joke, is like your head teacher is a lot like a slinky. He's fun to push down the stairs.
Well, there you
Okay,
go.
that puts some more context. Thank you.
High context culture, low context culture.
23 Winterfresh for 5. Hey, Disbrew, if you finished Wind and Truth, what did you think?
Never finished it. I kept watching it on the flight over to America. I'm like 65% through it. And what I think of it at the moment is it seems very slow. Building up to stuff, there's lots of scenes, loads of people pretending, oh, there's something big's happening, we're all gonna have to be dramatic about it, and we're all gonna go over here. Nothing's actually happening in the first half of the book, which seems to be a problem. I've not hit what I've heard everyone has a problem with, so I don't know about that. My problem at the moment is pacing.
I think a lot of shows have that.
Yeah, pacing issues for sure. Jason Webster, the Australian 5. Tonight's episode of Saucy Saturday is brought to you by First Call Kentucky Straight Bourbon. Oh yeah, remember to drink responsibly.
Yes.
Thank you, Jason.
I think I'm getting the glowy cheeks now, but that's just because it's getting warm in this room.
It is funny with Wind and Truth. Because I had like 10-hour flights there and back from America. Every time I was like, okay, 10 hours reading this book or listening to the audiobook because it was, and kept falling asleep. That's why I still got through the book. So, oh, well. Next flight.
Mate for 2. I love Dispau's spunky attitude. Kissy face.
Absolutely
Disparoo.
full to the brim with spunk.
That's Bonnie Blue.
Well, yes.
Oh,
Coming
here
out
we
of
go.
every hole.
This one's for
Or
you,
into
Disparu.
every hole.
What goes in must come out.
MacFly for
Ooh.
2 says, Disparu, look up song Winona's Big Brown Beaver.
Is this like a spoof song?
I have no idea, but I really hope so.
Because that is
It's also completed, and this is a really scary picture.
I'm scared.
Scared.
Is it?
I'm so scared.
There's a whole range of bizarre. I hope this guy
McFly
with a
says it's
mask.
safe for stream, I promise. We could read the lyrics, maybe. I would like to hear Disparu read some of these lyrics.
A monologue.
It's weirder when he says it.
Do it. Just read like one sentence of it.
I'm trying,
The
but you
chorus.
keep talking. It's like happy if it's Taco Bell. It's like what accent is that?
What?
The
I'm so
guy.
confused.
Well, I can't play the music. I can't play the song.
He has to sing it.
Yeah, if it's a real song, we can't play
Well,
it.
it's not a
with
guy talking,
hit.
but it's a weird accent.
Oh.
I don't know what accent it is.
But I thought with songs you can't hear accents. I remember like talking about like Spice Girls, and whenever they sing, they don't have their British accent.
No.
Yeah, but they would still be singing in some kind of accent. Would just be a different one than the one they speak in. There is
Yeah.
an issue. Knew someone who had a stroke, couldn't talk, but he could sing. But you're
Hmm.
like, can you sing what you'd say? He's like, no, because it uses different
That's so
parts of the
strange.
brain.
I love it. The brain is so weird.
Psychotic Mongoose for £5 on Paul's reality show. The losers get eliminated by getting thrown off a roof.
Ah.
Exactly.
Look,
Oh
we're
my
adding some
God.
actual consequences into this show and cleaning up the world at the same time.
Oh my god. This is like Squid Game mixed with Drag Race.
Well, it's like the finale of or the penultimate episode of season 1 of Doctor Who with Eccleston, which everyone goes into reality shows for fame and fortune, and when they're like, "Well, you get evicted," it's like, "What, evicted?" It's like, evicted from life.
Yeah. Can you imagine the final episode, the last one? It's a dance off, and whoever gets tired.
First one to start dancing loses.
That would
Like
be
you
Disparu's
should have higher
rule.
standards, thank you. We're British.
Yeah, and you're playing like all the catchy like Poker Face, Lady Gaga, Beyonce, all that stuff. They're probably
Yeah.
like, it's hard not to dance.
Well, this is how we
There
clean
you
up
go,
society.
Disparu.
Everyone who finds it hard to dance, no.
A breakdown of
It's
the
a whole that
song.
you can be civilized or you can be civilized.
Oh, hold on.
It's a-
Disparu's reading it.
Yeah, I'll break down the song for those who don't want to listen to it. It's a song full of double meanings about a woman with a big brown beaver that turns out to actually be a porcupine.
Is this like the movie Teeth?
I don't think so. Kate, not Katie, for 2. Disparu's drag name could be Disparu.
Yeah, or Dispawoo. There's like got
I've never watched
pulled a long
uh,
time ago.
God,
Drag Race. Never was
we
into
had
that.
so many names for Disparu because of D&D.
Mm.
I loved it. It was so fun back then.
He's a man
I
of
missed
many
it.
names.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's see. Let's do the we're not
Superman
gonna watch.
trailer?
Yeah, like we can't watch it because everyone got hit that did watch it. So
Do you have the Ironheart stuff as well?
oh no, no, I don't have it up. Do you want to?
Okay, we need that because it's massively raised.
Okay,
I love
so
love the trailer. I love reacting to the trailer.
my take on the Superman trailer was like, this one wasn't excited. I'm not like super excited for the movie. I do want it to be well done. I just found it kind of odd, and I know the argument's going to be made, and I agree with it that, you know, Superman has been shown, like in Justice, for example, where he goes on a murder spree because Lois gets killed, right? So we've seen like angry Superman, but I felt like this was just kind of a weird choice to put into the theater. Or I mean, sorry, into the trailer, showing him get mad at Lois because she says right here, like she says, I'm not gonna like obviously I'm gonna play it, but she says I can interview you as Superman. He's like, sure, go for it. And she's interviewing him, and he just like he gets very flustered and annoyed and starts like shouting at her. And it's like, that's if he was like being Clark Kent there, okay, whatever, like it would make sense. It's like their boyfriend girlfriend talking to each other, but it's like he's so whiny kind of, and he gets upset, and it's like you're supposed to be Superman who is stoic, and he also brags like he's like, I stopped a war, and it's like he's like boasting, and he's supposed to be selfless, and you know, it's just it doesn't seem on point for him. And I think the route that they're going with is like trying to show his growth, but it's like he was never he was never like that as Superman, though, not the one that we like grew up with in the comics and stuff. And I know he's snapped before, like I said, like they've done it. It just felt like an odd choice for the trailer.
I
There's
think
two ways. There's 2 ways that scene can go. One would be good, one would be bad, and depends basically where they want to go in the movie. The first one, which would be good, would be if she's talked to him and she knows as his girlfriend that whatever he's gone through, it's made him go iffy. Like you cannot be trusted in a stressful situation right now. You need to calm down. And so she's deliberately pushing his buttons to make him snap so that he realizes he snapped and then calms down.
Yeah.
Or the other one is just that she's basically better than him. She can push his buttons whenever he wants, and he's a weak bitch.
So yeah, which could be the
think-
route that they might go, but I think like her, like the way she was in the scene actually fit for Lois, because she would like act the way her character is supposed to be. Like the original Lois Lane wouldn't go soft just because it's her boyfriend. She would be the hard-hitting reporter and ask the questions that other people would ask and not be biased because it's her man. So I actually like that. People said she was annoying and everything, but I'm like, that's how Lois Lane is.
This one seems annoying.
Yes, but I think it depends on the context and how we get to this scene with this interview, because it seems so strange as this hook to get you to be interested in the Superman character, because what we're seeing is him being berated with all these like questions, hard-hitting questions, and probably if we get there in the right way would make sense as to why she is doing this. But this is not a Superman where I feel like I can get inspired. Superman's supposed to be this like beacon of hope and aspirations and inspirational, and I'm not seeing that within the first minute or so of this trailer. And that's really sad because I want to be like, dang, this guy's hot as a girl, right?
Yeah.
He doesn't seem hot right now because, you know,
He seems
that
like he's whining and like,
Whining, yeah.
yeah.
yeah, that little part where he's like, okay, let's do this interview. Okay, Lois Lane. I'm like, okay, this is going somewhere. And then we get those questions and him going, ah.
Yeah, like the way, and you're right. We got to see how it goes up to it. Like, I hope what Disparu said is actually true. Like, she's doing it to show him, like, you're not ready for this, like, to do this interview.
If she
but
knows that the other journalists will break him, so she breaks him first to be like, you need to be better than this.
yeah,
Then she's helping
would-
him. Yeah.
that would make sense. Yeah. So, but yeah, if it's the other way where it's just like he gets so angry, and I get it, like everyone's like, well, it's Clark, but they specifically say in the beginning, she's like, you're gonna let me interview you as Superman. So that's the point. And he even has his glasses off. He's not
Yeah.
Clark, okay? So yeah, because even back in like the Lois and Clark days with like Dean Cain, you'd see him sometimes be like, Lois, like get like annoyed with her, but that was him being Clark. You know, when he was Superman, he was always stoic and okay, I'm gonna save the day, and you know, like just the way Superman's supposed to be.
What I think, and this might tie into the leaks of the whole like monkeys and trying to do a social campaign against him, is that she's trying to be what's the word for it? Like the person that's being the villain, the way that the other people are thinking that he is, you know, oh my gosh, you're going to this different country. Did you get the government to say you can come? And so having that attached to maybe that plot leak makes so much sense to try to increase his social rep. But it's just not coming across really well in this trailer because you
No.
don't know all the whole context. And no one, I don't think I would be excited to see this version of Superman if it's just this little section. If you had the first minute.
It depends how, because this is one of the problems with playing with ideas rather than basic things that you can put across in the trailer. If the idea they're going for is, you know, journalists are very easily influenced, they control the narrative, and they will spin a lie about you that isn't true, that you know isn't true, and it will make you angry and you need to deal with that. Then that would be a good thing. But the other way they go is like, well, no, journalists just seek truth, and that's why they're asking these tough questions. And you have your duty to hold yourself accountable to these journalists. When people say they don't want a movie that's political, that is impossible. You are always going to push somebody's worldview in there somehow. There'll be someone's morality in it. And I think the issue is, I like trailers which showed you essentially condensed versions of the movie. So you knew the intro, you knew the arc that they were going on, you knew the problems that they face. And that meant you can decide whether you want to see the movie or not. There's barely anything in these trailers. It's just a load of unconnected scenes that you can't really judge.
I was going to say that it's very mixed up. Like
Ryan was saying, you know, the end part where the dad is talking to him, saying, you know, like the motivational stuff. I don't know the exact words. I'm not as good with remembering stuff. If you started off with that and then peppered in some of the saving the kid, all this, and then went into this little interview, it might have worked because then it's like actions have consequences.
yeah.
You know, going to a different country despite wanting to save people could have consequences, which is what we're probably seeing in this scene. But it just feels so off because the pacing and the order is just not as like intriguing or interesting.
Yeah, I agree. I'm gonna go see this. I do want this to do well. I'm not sure. There is some stuff that James Gunn's done that I like. The Creature
Guardians of the
Commandos.
Galaxy 1.
Yeah, well, I like the Creature
It's
Commandos that
basically
he
where it
recently
every-
did, but that was animated, so it's kind of different. Like live action, I'm gonna go right to Guardians. So
You know,
we'll
he made
see.
something that I liked 11 years ago.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, he's not great, but I will admit that when he first was announced that he was going to be doing this, I'm like, oh, I'm like intrigued to see what he would do with Superman, like what his take would be. And so far, it's just like, we got to see it though. It's just trailers. We can watch it and be like, okay, wow, it completely threw us off, and it's actually really good. I would love for that to be the case, but
Also, the costuming department sucks.
Yeah, he's wearing bike leathers. But people have spoken about how, well, you know, there's not dislikes on it. But yeah, because it's hard to feel anything either way for the trailer. doesn't tell you anything. You have nothing to judge. Just kind of exists.
Yeah.
Like that's why I don't really have an opinion on it, except the scene where he's talking to her with that raging monster in the background. Like, no, you should tell her to piss off and leave. Like, no, piss off. You don't matter. Go away. Like, people are dying out here. I don't have time to talk about your stupid feelings.
Yeah, I just hope they don't go the route where they make him like more like sensitive and like because they did that with the Harley Quinn show where they turned Superman and Batman into blubbering idiots. It's so ridiculous. Like going to therapy and crying about like Batman's in therapy crying about how like Catwoman.
This is because Hollywood writes what they know and they all go to therapy. I was amazed when I found out how many Americans are in therapy. Therapy isn't really a thing over here. Very occasionally, if you went to the doctor with depression, maybe they'd assign you for like a month or something. But I keep hearing in American TV shows and stuff or in Hollywood, they go as like a matter of course. Dr. Lupo, he got caught cheating in chess. And he was like, I'm going to go to therapy. Like, what? You cheated in a video game. You don't need to go to therapy to talk about your childhood. And then he came back and started talking about how his parents didn't appreciate him and that's why he was cheating. And I'm like, they've just... this is the therapy talking. And it's so weird.
Okay, I will say therapy can be good, but if you're going to the therapist years and years and years later, you might need a new therapist.
So, yeah, I agree with that.
It seems to be like a regular occurrence. The way that, especially in movies and stuff, they talk about it is like, in normal, it's quite Hollywood to go to therapy as a regular thing, like maintenance, they see it. Like, well, yeah, we just do
like changing your oil in your car.
Yeah,
you just
go there and you just whine at someone for an hour. It's like,
yeah, I have never. So I understand that, like what X-Ray just said. If you go and it actually helps you, you go for like a few months or something, and you're good. If you're going for years, something isn't right. And also, some therapists will just write you a prescription for it, and I'm against that. I understand some people need prescriptions for certain reasons, like chemical imbalances, whatever, stuff like that. But I've seen it do more harm to people than good that have like issues with like depression and stuff like that. They get prescriptions and then it just makes them worse, or they have to go off of it, and it's like they need it to function properly afterwards. So that goes in with therapy where I'm kind of like, I don't know.
You've got a major problem in your life and it's making you really unhappy, and you go somewhere and they're like, okay, this will make you less unhappy. So you take it and now you're just kind of numb. Problem's still there. You haven't done anything about the problem.
Exactly.
Solve the pissing problem.
That's what I mean. Like with some people, depending on what you're taking it for, like it just makes you worse because it makes you numb and you're not taking care of the problem. And then if you stop taking it, you end up worse afterwards because you just feel everything more.
You haven't addressed the actual issue at hand, which that's how I feel about certain things. I talk to like orthopedic surgeons when people are like very overweight and they still do a knee replacement. I'm like, but that thing's gonna be replaced in 5 years. What's the point? They should lose the weight first
and then get the surgery. Yeah. I mean, it makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So overall take on this trailer, it didn't excite me. I'm still gonna go see it. I didn't love this scene in particular, but the trailers are just so jumbled. Like they're not really telling a story, and if that monkey thing ends up to be true, oh my gosh, even if it's just like 10 seconds of the film, like
everything that we've seen in the trailers seems to confirm it to be true.
Yeah.
I just
because the rest of the rumor is correct.
Like, I just want to see him be hot.
Well, no, that's why girls love watching superhero movies. Like I was obsessed with
X-Ray
Batman.
just wanted him to go, shut up.
I mean,
I wanted them to diffuse the sexual tension by having sex. Like, what the heck?
He would throw her through a brick wall.
That could be hot if she could survive it.
No, she wouldn't know. This is the entire point. I don't even know how Superman would control the ending. She's going to go through the roof.
Well, and somehow the conversation has taken a turn, chat.
Well, he's an alien. Does he even have the parts to do the fun stuff with? Just a thought.
He has kids.
According to all the lore.
Some of the comics, yeah.
There we go. I was wrong.
Yes. Yep. Well.
He'd impregnate. She'd have like way more than quintuplets. Every single one of those little swimmers would be a banger. They'd swim up the other tubes and fertilize everything else.
Oh, and this scene, do you guys see the thing about this scene?
They changed it, which makes sense. I think it makes sense, the changes they did.
Yeah, the blink thing. I mean, I didn't really
I'm
notice
more
it. It
annoyed
didn't
that the
bo-
can never hits him.
Really?
Does it?
It bounces off an invisible
No,
part
don't
of him.
play it. Don't play it.
No, you can just flick like if you just grab the circle and drag
Wait,
over the
actually,
timeline.
just make the thing bigger. Make the video bigger so that you have a longer. Shut up.
What? You were like, make it bigger, make it bigger. No, make it longer.
Oh, it hits his back. That's probably for reasons.
No, if you
It
drag it
hits his
over to
hair.
the frame,
Look. It
no, it
doesn't-
just back. There is no frame where it connects with him. I hate 24 FPS movies. Despise them. And
So
sometimes there's a thing where it pans over like the landscape. That's what I'm trying to say, and it jutters because it's 24 FPS. Why are we living in the past? Sorry, I hate 24
Guys, do
FPS
better
movies.
for Disbro, okay?
Yeah.
he's losing
I
it.
demand at least 60 FPS. We are not using film, you cretins.
Yeah, I think so with this scene, I don't care like either way, but like they took it out because people were complaining like he can get shot, and it doesn't even flinch. I don't think that they meant for like when the can hits him that it like hurts. It's just more like a
You wouldn't
It's
feel
the-
it.
it's the-
I
no,
think
like annoyance.
It's the
like
weight of their
nerds.
opinion. The
Yeah.
idea of this is he's just probably done something or tried to save their lives, and they're just harassing him. And their opinion is, I hate you. And he's just, I don't think it was ever meant to be it hurt him. It was like
Some
emotionally.
people took
kind
it
of
that
thing.
way though, but I don't think that ever was the case.
I didn't have a problem with it. What I think has happened with these trailers is there is so little in them. Everyone has to analyze all the little minutia. When there's
Well, especially when they don't like it. How many times have we seen that we like something, but we overlook some of the more minor details because we enjoy it? But
Yeah.
the fact is,
you want to believe in this stuff. Yeah.
yeah, and it's fine. It's like how, we see certain cuts of, stunt people, but it's fine. That's movie magic. It's part of it. But nerds will be nerds, and I think that this is something that they would pick up on, which they have, and made comments, and they changed it. It's not a hard change at the very least.
Yeah. Well, that's the trailer, guys. We can't watch it because there we go. We get
He's so cute
smiling,
in that picture there.
and then he stands up and starts yelling at her.
Yeah.
'Cause she
To be
feels
fair, like
feelings.
if I was trying to save people from dying and I got told you should have asked for government permission, did these people ask to be saved? Like, excuse me?
Yeah, but again, if we get a different context and she's trying to like amp like to see how far she can push it because she knows other reporters are going to do that, then it would make sense. But
All in context.
we'll see. Let's see. What did you put here? That's a trailer. Okay.
The first one's the trailer. The second one.
we
is,
watch
like,
it?
a behind.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we can.
Marvel.
Oh yeah, that's right. Isn't that funny? Like
You should
Yeah.
watch the behind the scenes because that one came out first.
Yeah,
okay,
that'll
so
be
the
the
second one
one.
that you okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Perry created a Superman trailer already. Oh, I need to watch it.
Okay, let me
I know
make
he
sure.
said that he was looking to do it. I didn't know he already did it. Dang.
Probably Superman flying from between Chrissy Mare's legs.
Oh my god.
Well, everything else has flown out from there at this point.
Sorry. The way you said that was funny. All right.
What? No, every week, like something different flies out of her legs in the intro to FNT.
I would say poor Chrissy, but she probably thinks it's hilarious and loves it. So oh,
No sound.
I don't have sound either, like on my end. What? Hold on.
Okay, skip a few seconds in then see if it.
Hold on. Yeah, you're right. Let me see. Nope.
Yeah.
Give me 1 second. Oh. I have the tab muted. Sorry.
That'll do it. I've done that myself. Spent ages trying to troubleshoot something and then realized it's actually muted somewhere else.
Let me pull it up on.
Professionalism.
Yeah, sorry. No, it mutes and unmutes sites. So hold on, I gotta X out our stream. I always keep the stream up, and then it like on Chrome, that's what it's opening up in, not Brave for some reason. It'll play both tabs, and I don't want that. So here we go. Here we
I
go.
just copy the URL.
Did it? Gosh, hold on. I unmuted it.
Okay, I watched like
he was
20
fucked up.
seconds of Perry.
I was really big on X-Men.
I was gonna say I watched 20 seconds of Perry's edit of Superman trailer, and it already is significantly better.
Did he just put like clips of it together? Like,
Rearrange
it
the
made it
clips
better?
and music.
And all of the offshoots, like X Factor and Wolverine. When Ironheart came out, I remember the buzz
Look at
around the
that.
industry. I was really excited.
The art.
Is this the
Then-
director?
then that's Ryan Coogler. He did Sinners.
Oh, okay.
So
So they're really using him for the marketing. They're like, look, you like the last thing he did?
So
yeah,
watch
which is
this.
true. He did do really good with Sinners, but I think it's kind of weird to say that this, and this is straight from Gary, is like this comic did really well, but did it?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, he's typing everything.
2016, Brian Michael Bendis, a really famous creative in the comic book world, created a character, Riri Williams. A lot of people think that she's a successor to the Iron Man legacy, but in
No,
the
she
comic
stole
book,
it.
Riri and Tony had a friendship. He was kind of
Oh, so
She
I know
stole
nothing
his
about
laser.
Ironheart. She stole it.
advising
Well,
her,
no,
and eventually she got her own idea.
it's essentially, and also, oh, I can't remember who posted it. Oh, that's annoying. Someone tweeted out the original audio from the trailer that was shown at, whether it was D23 or something, it was one of those events. And in that trailer, she actually goes, I don't want to just make something like Iron Man. I want to make something better. So that's now been changed to iconic. So they're like, it's not a legacy. It's like, well, in your original trailer, she was comparing herself to him and wanted to beat him. So what is that except like a competition with
That's really sad.
Iron-
And now they're trying to erase that part of her.
Mm.
And how
They
can
knew
you,
how it'd go
as
down.
Ironheart, the name has iron in it.
Yeah.
You're automatically going to be compared. You even put a heart where his heart had to get replaced with the energy source.
It's his technology, his ideas, his suit. This is why in Wakanda Forever they go, it's an Iron Man suit. You know?
You
Yeah.
would be nowhere without Iron Man.
Well, this is the same as in Batwoman, when she came along, took all of his technology, and then said, I'm not going to let a man take credit for a woman's work. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I feel like that gif of James Franco that they used when he almost got shot, Prince Henry, right?
Mm.
That's just a sprue now. That gif, like that's just his reaction to everything. Excuse me.
Who are you talking to?
Peasant. Okay.
I will
Ugh,
say
pleb.
her outfit looks better in the comic than it does in real
This
life.
looks like some real bad CGI. Like the Power Rangers looked better.
Like, why
And
does
the-
why does
well,
she
they
look
weren't
so
CGI, but-
bulky? Like this
Because
girl
they
is
gave her cornrows.
tiny.
They gave her helmet cornrows.
That's supposed to probably make her more aerodynamic. But if she was supposed to be more aerodynamic, those shoulder pads wouldn't be so large.
I think that's to
Yeah.
try and make it so that that's
It's supposed to be like it's that power suit, you know, like in the 80s
yeah,
when the
trying to
women
boost
had
her
those.
ego.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like pan back to one of her the comic pages where she was just standing. Like it just looks so ugh in comparison.
Well, a lot of what they do now, especially if you're a female superhero in a suit, is they will use the suit to try and hide your proportions as much as possible. So rather than what men would have done, which would be in a figure hugging, it would still be in a feminine shape. In this, it's like, no, we're gonna give her big shoulders. She's gonna be bulky, straight up, straight down. We're gonna
She
strip
looks
her
like
of
a
anything.
Dorito.
Yeah.
Big shoulders, tiny hips.
A Dorito.
Also, where's the heart?
Oops. I didn't mean to minimize it.
Yeah, look, she looks like a Gundam.
It's a good more yeah. It does look better in the comics. She does look like a Gundam. Not in a good
thing
way.
for me, bringing that character into the MCU and Wakanda Forever.
The story of Ironheart is not a story about the mantle of Iron Man getting passed. If anything,
It's
it's
a
the opposite.
stolen.
It's really about her proving herself and achieving her own legacy.
I'm very excited to get a heavy-hitting introduction.
It was really great to have Ryan as an executive producer. He really helped with the storytelling of Ironheart. The comic
And the
book in
marketing.
Wakanda Forever did a really great job of laying a backstory for
What'd you say?
And
For
the
marketing.
marketing. Yeah, that was basically.
They're
Oh, she did a great job with the
using-
story.
They're using Ryan's legacy. Unlike what they're doing with Iron Man.
I just love how they're like, no, we did a great job of laying down her backstory and her origin. I'm like,
It just
isn't that in the
doesn't.
comics?
Yeah, it just doesn't look good. Like there's nothing in here that's grabbing me. Like, oh, I'd want to go see it, or well, it's a show, right? Disney Plus.
What, you don't want to see a criminal thief go out and start an empire where she tries to be iconic and take over the world?
Piggy and the Brain did it better.
They were less
Telling
evil.
the story of what happened.
Did you say they were evil?
They were less evil.
Yeah.
Happens the days after Wakanda in the formative years of the superhero.
What's cool about her is she's a bit disruptive,
You want me to be small, but I refuse.
which really sets her apart than our show.
I've got a massive gun.
I love how this story takes Riri on a totally new journey.
Girl
The
boss,
one you've
that's so
seen
new
before.
journey.
Something
Yeah, it's all about the journey, but we don't see the journey. She's just like there, and we gotta accept it.
Just go back a bit to hear this line. The line before something iconic.
Right here.
Yeah.
new journey. I want to build something undeniable, something iconic.
Oh,
Iconic. Why'd she
the
say it
tra-
like that? Iconic.
the trailer one is better. Oh, well, someone watched that in the trailer, but yeah.
Wait
Okay.
for it.
Even in this, it's all about, I want to be iconic. I want to be a fashion symbol. I want people to notice me. I want attention. It is not about anything else. It's all about her and her being noticed.
Which is definitely a superhero's motivation, right? That's why we want to be all superheroes.
Yes, Riri, I see you. This is the same as people go, you need to take up space. That you're the main player character, don't you know?
The next line is my favorite.
It was Ian iconic. Why'd she say it like that?
Waiting to be acknowledged for your greatness.
She's not going to do anything to deserve being acknowledged.
She's just great.
Sitting there waiting. You know, she's just in her own bedroom eating Doritos, covering herself in like orange dust. And then she's like, one day people will realize how amazing I am. It's like, no, you've actually got to earn it. She wants everything Tony Stark has without putting in any of the work.
Yeah.
Mhm. And at least like Tony had
Oh my god,
a good
what a pause
motivation.
face.
You know,
He's
That
like,
is
I'm gonna go back.
goals.
He's like, I'm gonna go back and screenshot this.
That is amazing.
I
Like, she's
see
just zoned out.
a picture of something being put in front of her mouth. Anyways,
It looks like she's just been getting electroshock therapy.
yeah. I miss good superhero motivations, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trying to
when
fix
they
the
were
world,
men.
help the world, save people. But no, I
Yeah.
just want to be iconic.
Damsel in distress, like something.
Well, the whole point, the heroes have to sacrifice themselves for other people. Whereas
Like-
she's like, no, I'm going to be a thief.
She's like,
and
I'm gonna
take
be
from other
great
people to
because-
make myself great.
Yeah, I'm gonna be iconic because
Yeah.
I want to be. I can't
know-
get that. Why did she say it like that? That's the most. That bothers me the
It's-
most.
it's-
And now
I'm
that
gonna
Ian
bring-
said the Dr. Evil thing, I can't get that out of my head. Iconic.
I'm going to bring the thing from Chainsaw Man. The reason he wanted to save people was because he wanted to touch boobs, which seems
Mhm.
like a very simple thing to think. Like, oh, no one would like that. But, you know, he got these powers to be this chainsaw man with his arms and his head. He still saves people because the girl that he works with, he's like, well, those are nice.
Yeah.
I get to
he
touch
still
them?
he still sacrificed himself just to touch boobs. Like he was still putting himself in dangerous situations. Like sometimes fighting while everyone else was sleeping in the other room and he was still going. But for like all
Yeah.
day, constantly fighting for his life just so that he could
It
get
is-
to touch him.
It is technically selfish, but he's still helping people. Kind of like Dexter. He wanted to kill people, but he redirected his
upside.
urge to kill people by killing evil people.
Well, it was one of the was it in Deadpool and Wolverine? There was something where it was like he didn't care about saving the world, but then he got a family and then he realized I have to save the world because my family are in the world, and therefore by making it better, I'm making it better for them. That's that's a selfish thing just for your own tribe, but you're still sacrificing it for everything else. It's like you can still do great things for personal reasons and still be a hero.
Yeah.
Whereas
Whereas this one is like, ugh.
The great things don't even matter. No, she just wants the shortest route to being recognized herself.
Yeah.
Honored to have the opportunity to be delivering these stories that people love so much.
Let's get to work.
She's even stealing scenes from the Avengers.
I will say, pacing and editing of this trailer, behind the scenes trailer, better than Superman.
Yeah, agreed.
It's because it gives you a condensed version of what you know you're going to get. It tells you who she is, tells you her motivations, and basically she's going to be fighting and why.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we had the other one. Hold on.
The actual
actual
trailer.
Where you'll find out why she goes iconic.
She doesn't say it like that. You said it even better than she said it. Iconic. I don't know what the frick is wrong with this chick. Okay, let's get through this. Sorry, chat. We're almost done with it.
No, this is the best bit. This is way better than talking about Superman. Oh god. Like, why do I want to talk about something that's just I think a 5? But, oh. First thing she does, break and enter.
I was just gonna say that.
This place is called Desperitos.
Well, I got the idea from her Dorito outfit, apparently.
For real.
For real, for reals.
I need you to say that more often.
In less than 3 minutes, the air in this elevator will no longer be breathable.
Oh, what is
That's how toxic she is as a character. She can't be in a confined space more than 3 minutes before she dies.
You break into the device on the floor, where you will find a gas mask. Good luck.
You can't boss me around. I'm my own woman.
I like that she changed the game's rules for her own.
Yeah. Then she bites mains electrics, smashes glass for no reason whatsoever, then
But she could've
tears
just broke the box.
sheet steel off the wall.
She broke the elevator.
Riri Williams was a
So she didn't have to do the mask. I find that so strange.
There was nothing about that was intelligent at all. She brute forced her way out of a door by forcing it open with a steel bar.
I think it would have been better if she broke into the box and then broke out of the elevator.
I would have enjoyed it more if the timer ran out.
Well,
And the show would have been over right there.
We can't get everything we want.
Well,
Not
no, 'cause-
everyone can have Cinta's ending.
Then he can like lift up the door, just look down at it on the floor, and just be like, "I thought you were a genius." It's like,
Also, that wig it's so strange.
one of my favorite comments on FNT was, "This is a better Snape."
Oh my god.
Oh no.
It is though, isn't it?
I mean, the hair fits. It's
Just
sallower
like he's
skin, technically. He's still too
Sallower.
handsome, though.
But skin aside, we mean compared to the Snape we've got.
He's still too handsome.
There's a spectrum.
All right, let's push
You went
through.
around.
Why he even has like the cape? What?
The worst music ever.
Hip-hop music.
And I was saying I might have to mute this. That's what happened on the Thunderbolts trailer. There was like 10, which I thought that you could listen to a little bit of something, but there was like 10 seconds
No,
of the
it's
song.
music
It
is
blocked
music,
it.
no matter
Yeah,
what.
It got blocked. So
No,
hopefully that
10
doesn't happen
seconds
to
is
this.
way too long. Like 4, you probably go away with 4. 10, no.
Yeah.
I see you're fed up, waiting to be acknowledged for your greatness.
I see you just waiting for somebody to think you're amazing for no reason whatsoever.
Why is there a barcode on her arm?
Look at this. She fries his electrics, and then he says,
You are not the first genius at MIT.
"She just destroyed your lab, you stupid tart."
I like this guy, but he's
You're
probably
not the
in
first DEI hire we've had at MIT.
We're like Harvard now, just taking anyone. All the Asians that want to get in with top A marks, screw them.
Yeah, they're fixing electrics rather than frying them.
Tech firm.
After my internship abroad, I want to build something
Internship in
This
Wakanda.
is the thing.
undeniable.
Like she's stealing stuff because she doesn't have any money, and he's like, "Well, why don't you get a job?" Like, yeah, that's a great question, actually. Why won't the lazy bum get a job?
She's like Captain America. She can't get a loan, okay?
She's supposed to be a genius. She could invent something.
I think she should have just run a crypto scheme and then got all the money through that.
Well,
There
yeah,
it is.
If you go back to the previous line, they changed it. Yeah, a bit further.
Oh, further? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it.
Ship abroad. I want to build something undeniable. Something
Important?
iconic.
It's a brand new.
I want to build something important. Iconic.
Iconic.
And he's like, I want to build something. And he's like, what? Important? Good? Like, impressive? No, iconic. Nothing. It doesn't have to do anything. Doesn't have to change the world. I don't have to invent, like, transporter technology or something. I just want to invent clothes, essentially.
I just want to invent something functional, guys, okay?
By the end of this, she's just going to be like, I'm going to invent this next and style a new dress for the Cannes Film Festival.
To help you carry out your vision. But anyone who's ever accomplished anything in life has had to do some questionable things to get it done.
They're all criminal scum.
What will you do, Riri?
Lots of crime.
Oh my god, that looked like a stripper moment with the money
did.
flying everywhere.
It did.
You've bitten off.
They see her robbing.
Chew. I could chew a lot.
Got a big gun.
You know nothing about this man.
Why change the habit of a lifetime?
Oh, that was him that had like the thing on his back.
Or in jail.
Yeah.
Bigger than that.
Even the suit works like Iron Man suit. But no, sorry. We're not copying or taking the mantle of Iron Man, guys.
They should have made it Chinese.
Oh my god, yeah. The
Yeah,
corno.
copyright infringement. It's like, we've made our own
Oh my
version
god.
of your suit.
When Perry posted that, I like legitimately was shocked. I don't know why. I should have just known. What was it, Rule 34? If you think it, it's out there.
Oh yeah. I didn't actually mean that when I meant this. Is like, if you're just gonna copy a suit, rather than having her being a thief, just be like, no, we've improved it.
This rule like this one.
We just don't care about your trademarks.
Exconic. Well, I mean, they're cons now because they're. Yeah, that was a good one.
This is wild. A shady bunker.
My bunker's not shady. Would a shady bunker have that on the wall?
What if it was written by a woman?
Crate of self-guided missiles.
I'm returning those.
So funny.
I want to know if he got a self-guided missiles because he knows she can't aim.
Do you think the suit is made of nanobots too?
No, because she just was hammering metal in Wakanda for some reason. So it's like, look, I'm blacksmithing.
So if anything, she's not better than Iron Man because he had nanobots.
That's true. But he also had a business that made some money, right? He didn't have to steal other people's work. 'Cause
Honestly,
he
if
invented
she
it
just
himself.
made a business and started with that and then made her Ironheart suits, she'd be better off.
Her
Wouldn't
business
need
is
MIT.
her business is crime. What she wants to be recognized for is stealing other people's greatness.
And we got
It's a great story
Superman
about
being
heroism.
questioned why he's going to wars and saving people. God.
Why are you saving people's lives? Are you sure that's any of your business?
No one asked for them to be saved. God.
It's super. It'd just be way too base for him to be like, I don't care. I don't care what your judgment is. You can't stop me, you peasant. It's like, I do this because I can, because it's the right thing to do. And she's like, well, I don't think you can cross the... I don't care what you think, you stupid tart. And then he just walks out and saves another person. And she's just there fuming at him. That would be the best version of that scene.
Yeah.
No,
I'm kind of interested to see who the big bad is for Ironheart. I guess it ends up being her, the guy.
No, we
that
already
comes
know.
in.
Google leaked it.
Oh.
I Googled who the cast was for the show and it showed the villain.
Oh, I totally didn't Google it.
The rumors that everyone were like, there's no way. Gary actually made a video and he went, there's no way this guy can be the villain because they're not that stupid.
But they are.
They are that stupid.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's unfortunate.
And apparently there were leaked photos ages ago of it, but didn't really
Have
take
traction.
off. Yeah.
That happens sometimes. Like the Rachel Zegler interviews.
Yes, yeah.
They were
Well,
out for years.
It's going to be Sacha Baron Cohen, who's the villain. The guy who's famous for the line, "Is it because I's black?" is going to be the villain in Ironheart. after she goes around stealing things so that she can be famous. And I'm
it's a
supposed to
comedy.
not think this is funny.
It's a comedy, guys.
Well, this is the point, right? Because if normally, if normal people made this, it could all be a coincidence. Nobody thought of it. No one intended it. But they have specifically gone, no, this is really important to us. Identity groups are really important. And we think about all the things, all the messages, all the microaggressions. This is what we plan around. And that means everything they do is intended. They want her to be this. So
well, I would say DOA, is it going to do worse than some of the other IPs we've seen? Probably. Will it be as bad as Echo?
yes.
I think worse.
Yeah, because Chris Gore and Gary got a message from somebody that knows.
Oh,
and
I
it
know.
said,
I got
"The
that
worst
message
thing
too.
the worst thing they've ever made. Way worse than Echo. So I'm looking forward to it. Superman can go spin on himself. I'm looking forward to Ironheart.
Well,
Yeah.
He can
go
turn
anywhere
back
to watch
time on
it.
himself.
Wait.
I'm sad. I wish it was going to be as entertaining as She-Hulk. Unfortunately, it's not.
I think it might be as entertaining as She-Hulk.
He's
like-
got high hopes for it.
Well, no, there's not
the
gonna be
more girl boss
twerking.
she is,
Oh wait,
the
there
more
might be
that
twerking actually.
there could
There
be.
might be. I mean, they were
They
throwing money
consider
around.
that to be like peak culture.
Oh my god, there might be twerking.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of other TV shows that hadn't done well with female protagonists. I guess all of them.
I haven't done well. The list of ones that have done well is a lot shorter. That's why you can't think because there's just so many. It's like, wait, which
Well,
one
the ones
was
that-
worse though?
The ones that do well are all the ones that where they were made for the male gaze. You it's not hard. You get a young woman who's attractive
Could be.
and have her put in skimpy clothes. We have the technology, folks. We can make good TV shows.
Guys, I have a question. Will they be able to twerk, or will she
No,
be able to
nothing will be as
twerk
good
in
as
her
Willow.
Ironheart suit?
They will try.
Do we
That's where all
have
the money went.
Do we have a photo of the
Oh.
suit from the back? Did she give it an arse?
Oh my
Because
god.
she would have to have
BBL
intended to do it.
on the
yeah.
Ironheart suit. But she doesn't have a butt in real life. Neither that or boobs.
Well, exactly. So when she's like in a suit, wouldn't she want to like enhance proportions?
Proportions enhanced.
Like this is
Well,
why
that
it's weird
is
that
just
there's nothing
for
in the
the
front.
male gaze, Disparu. We
true.
don't do
That-
things like that.
That is
Yeah, what do
true.
you- it's
And she'd
20
have trouble getting through doors.
2025. Stop. You stop that right now.
Can you imagine? You know, there's always a scene like in the Terminator or in RoboCop. He walks through a wall and there's just the outline of the robot
The
in the
shoulders?
wall.
It's gonna be
But
just
with her,
shoulders.
it's just like an arse shape.
Oh my
We can only hope. Fingers crossed, chat. Just for Disparu.
I want it to happen too. I think it'd be perfect. Oh god.
What? Oh, I
To
thought you
see-
saw
to see
something.
that. To
Oh, you
see that.
saw-
No, no, no.
I thought someone
I'm
wrote
just
something.
imagining, like, imagine that was in the trailer. I would want to see it even more.
This is the whole point. They're like, no, we really want to be taken seriously. It's like, are you sure? If this was a parody, it would go down way better. Like, no, we did. We made it this bad deliberately.
Yep.
And it's gonna
I
be
gotcha.
3-episode drop, which is that's a lot of episodes.
In and out in a month. Yeah. It's going to be 3 first, then 1 each
And
week
then
afterwards.
1 weekly, which I mean, is that a detriment? I wish they just dropped it all at once
No,
so we can get it over with.
no. There's nobody wants to get all of that over with. It's sitting through 3 hours of Andor at a time was pain enough.
I mean, at least Andor had
Echo
some
was
good
awful.
scenes. Like the last 2 weeks were
I really enjoyed-
actually
I really
more
enjoyed
enjoyable.
Sitting through an hour for one line. Be like, oh, that line was good. Yeah.
No. There's at least 2 and a bit episodes that were good.
I
At
thought you
least.
were going to say lines. I was like, okay, I could
No,
probably
no,
give you
no,
2
no,
lines
no,
an
no.
episode.
I think there could have been a lot of editing out of the first 2 weeks for sure to condense it, because there was a lot of stuff that just didn't matter to me.
Yeah, like the entire series. I begrudge every single second I spent watching that trash, and even more being in the room when it was talked about.
I kind of want to go back and watch the prison stuff, but I wish you could condense it to just the scenes because it's interspersed with other scenes I don't care about as much.
The best idea the director had was, I'm going to turn this into a 90-minute movie. I was like, yeah, you could probably get 90 minutes of content out of that crap.
Yeah.
Probably.
Like decent stuff.
Yeah, all together, out of your 20 hours of content, that's probably at 90.
Oh, well.
Oh, all right. Let's get some supers, and then I want to look at the Spider Noir teaser. I'm not gonna play it though because apparently
that'll get claimed.
Oh, I watched it on Thursday. Well, I'll just
There's
pull up like
barely
a
anything
still
in
of
it
it.
anyway.
Yeah, well,
It got
I
claimed
watched
on
it.
Nooner, that's why.
I think Mike also got claimed. I'll just pull up a still of it then, because I did watch it on Thursday, but I didn't have any sound, so I don't know. But we'll just pull up a
Wasn't
still of it.
intended. She just muted her tab.
No, it was because it has music. I think I don't know. I accidentally saved myself. Cool. Lexicon Hellhound for 2. They should do a Superman/Superbad crossover. Oh gosh.
Oh my god. That would be a funny parody. Like
It
him
would be a
trying
funny
to
parody.
deal with the Perfect.
Black Cane for 5. The Slayer line goes through Faith, not Buffy, so Buffy can still have powers with the new Slayer if they undid all potential spell. That's a fair
I
point.
think they
'cause
have to
he is-
reset everybody.
Yeah, like if they reset everybody, yeah. But if they just did what like you mentioned first, yeah, I guess it would. If it was gonna just affect the last active Slayer, then yeah, it is Faith. Technically,
Well, because otherwise you're gonna have to go, all of those Slayers died. It's like,
Yeah.
well, it's probably easier to say they lost their powers than they were so crap they just all died.
Well, yeah. 23 Winter Fresh for 5. Anyone seen Kenneth Branagh? Wait,
Branagh?
Branagh?
I don't know.
I've heard of the
Branagh's
movie, but I've not
Much
seen
Ado
it.
About Nothing. I have heard of that too. I have not seen it as
I haven't watched
no.
it.
Great cast, including Kate Beckinsale. This brew.
Kate Beckinsale was in some, what was that? Is it like Shooting Fish? I think it was Shooting Fish, where she meets a load of con men. That was quite a good movie. Basically, no budget at all. Like clearly one of the first movies she's ever done.
Yeah. Carlos Lima for 20. Thank you, Carlos. Why did they go for the ugly New 52 suit? Why did they go with the Kingdom Come S logo?
Well,
Why is
Gary
Superman?
said it's probably a rights issue to the first two. That the other one is going like public. What is it? Public domain. And so if they change it to a new thing, then it's still under their copyright and they can sell merch and stuff.
Oh, okay. Makes sense. Why is Superman not being raised on a farm in this version?
Oh,
And why are there so many super powered
Oh,
individuals in this
middle.
movie?
The
not a-
farm, the farm is a trailer because James Gunn saw a trailer once when he was a kid, and so basically everything in the movie is just, I saw it when this happened in my life, and it's just James Gunn can't conceptualize because he's got that 5 IQ. Just very unimpressive.
It's actually
person.
a story about James Gunn. That's why his dog
and
is
his dog.
Coco.
Yes, and his dog.
This is his life, basically. He woke up, thought he had superpowers, and everyone hates him. And his wife is a miserable nagging
now.
cow. He wanted a pet monkey, but they kept attacking him, so he had to send him back. And he
writing a
hated
better
his
story
ex-girlfriend so
already.
much, he just sent them to a parallel dimension, which turns out to be like California.
Amazeballs.
Psychotic
U-Haul.
Mongoose for £5. Perry Chan, just posted on Twitter a much better version of the Superman trailer. We're gonna have to. Well, we can't watch it here.
We can't watch it, but it's really good. I watched the first 20 seconds of it. The music hits a lot better. The cuts, it builds up to something. And if you do watch it, I think you'll be more interested to watch it. The
If
movie,
it was,
I mean.
yeah, the better trailer. Yeah, the trailers are just a mess. Thanatos Felicitas.
I bet you loved it repeatedly in short bursts.
I love the Japanese version of Ironheart.
I bet a lot of people did 38 seconds.
Oh well.
I don't know. I don't know what that is.
I don't know if they get 38 seconds.
But
Do you want to see at least? I won't play it.
Takes like a year to watch the movie.
Are there sticky pages?
Well, no, it's like watching anything 38 seconds at a time it's gonna take a while.
Let me see if I can find
It's
where you
exhausting.
can see her entire suit.
Yeah, definitely with the suit on.
Here's a cut, just a look at it.
Oh, that looks a lot better.
Why did you get like probably the worst screenshot of it I've ever seen?
I'm sorry. You want to do a better job?
Yeah, it looks like you've just got the cam rip-off
It does
version
look
of it.
it does look better though. Like it looks
It's from
more like a
Perry Chan's Twitter.
Yeah, but there's actual pictures of like.
Oh, there's not really a Japanese Ironheart. Okay, see, I didn't know. It went over my head.
This is her with the
Oh,
yeah. Boob armor.
it looks better.
Chad's favorite.
Yeah.
Still looks feminine.
Like I don't actually know why this is so low resolution. But
And you yelled at X-ray.
Sorry. God.
No, but it's like that's the actual suit on the poster
I mean, that's
itself.
probably the cover page.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is better than what looks like somebody has recorded
that is the
their TV
actual-
screen with a Nokia 8210.
That is the actual video footage from
That looks like
Perry
a cam
Chan.
copy of whatever the
Well,
video.
I have no idea. Okay, maybe this is old school. Who knows how old this is? Because I have
that
no
looks
idea.
like someone recorded the screen with their phone, and you're like, why don't
Am
you
I
just,
gonna
like,
get an
screen
ad
record
for
it?
Bitcoin while I'm watching this? If you know, you know.
It's just a random gambling site. Like, hang on. I tried to watch Ironheart and said I got an addiction, which is weird because she got the middle part of that word.
Mitchell Fields for 5. So she was Iron Man's apprentice. When he saw that she made what she made, he was like, "You're not my apprentice anymore."
Yeah, go off, Padawan.
Go off.
I believe she had an AI version who she talked to and bounced ideas off in the comics.
Yes,
Of Tony.
She stole his soul as well as his technology.
Yeah.
Mark of reality for 2. So Ironheart is actually a supervillain. I mean,
Well, she's criminal scum. She's a thief. She wants to do everything just for personal gain. She wants to skip any of the hard work, self-improvement, dedication that's required to earn anything. And she just wants the good stuff at the end.
But she's just
Seems like
waiting to be acknowledged, Disbro. That's really it.
Yeah, it seems like a villain arc to me. It's like, I could use my genius to invent stuff and get a load of money, or I could just rob a bank.
what's easier?
Yeah. I mean, instant gratification, folks. You know.
Well, hey, that's why in California, in LA, they just had the cars just open, windows open for you to just break into because it was just easier that way.
Part and parcel of living in a city, I've heard.
Black Cane for 5. If your toilet was sentient, would you rather it crave your bodily waste or have it hate you for what you do to it?
Crave. I don't want to feel guilty
Yeah.
about pooping in it.
I don't want to feel
If
guilty
I had to
about-
poop, because girls don't poop.
Yeah.
I don't want arguments with it either.
I don't want to argue
you
with my
again.
toilet.
Aw.
Oh, you again.
Oh, did you eat the freaking Taco Bell again?
Yeah. You want it giving you like food recommendations. You want it to tell you that restaurant that was great. That was. But stay away from the Taco Bell though, eh? Gave me indigestion. You're like, yeah, it did the same to me actually.
Yeah. Oh God, I hate it when it's not solid.
No.
Mark of reality for 2. I bet X-Wing is a beefier blacksmith than her. Probably. Remember when Disproof found out that X-Wing was blacksmith and he's like, that's like super manly. He's like, that's cool.
I'd only just found out he was a blacksmith, so
Yeah.
I must have deleted that memory.
Oh, well, you know, when he was on once, you were like, you can make a sword? That's cool.
So
You're
cool.
so
Well,
cool.
this is the great thing about being me. I can relive the same moment again, as I
There
have
you go.
genuinely no idea he could make swords.
Can I just show you something? Because this would be
My life is like
yes.
Memento.
Yeah,
this
1
is
second, Mark.
Disparu Paul.
Oh, no. Oh, who made it?
Oh
Thanks,
no, I
really.
look like
Who's done this?
what's the guy?
His hair's so beautiful.
It's the IT crowd. It was one of the guys in the IT crowd. There's a guy in the IT. Matt Berry. Matt Berry IT.
Well, Disparu, you have more boobas than Riri Williams. Maybe that's why she's upset.
Well, yeah, you would have thought she would have made it, like, built it into her
Sydney Sweeney style.
Well, into an armored suit, but no.
Yeah, boob armor. Okay, even the Japanese girl had boob armor. Okay.
I can't remember if it's in the IT crowd or whether it's in Garth Marenghi's Dark Place. But Matt Perry does do a scene remarkably like that picture.
Mark, thank you for the 10. I love how Disparu's level of excitement is directly related to the movie's
Yeah.
cringe level. If Disparu is super excited, I'll just watch his review instead of wasting my money at the theater.
It could be my event of the year.
I know he's waiting for his next She-Hulk. It hasn't happened yet.
And I found out passively through looking at something else. There is a show that Peacock did called We Are Lady Parts. Like, well, that sounds like amazing. Yeah, it's a load of like Pakistani or Indian punk people, and one of them is like, no, punk, I'm rebelling, and she's in like the full garb where you can only see her eyes. This looks like the best show ever. I may get arrested for watching it, but it's still. I just love the idea that there's a TV show essentially called I'm a Minge. I'm like, that's gold. Even the name I'm in love with, yeah. We Are Clunge.
He's like, I've got a couple. He's like, there's still hope. There's some bad stuff for me to watch.
Yes. Well, this is how I found MILF Manor. I went on Rotten Tomatoes. I ordered all the stuff by lowest first, and that was the top.
Oh my god. Lowest first.
Yeah.
Jason Webster, thank you for the 2. I recommend K-drama moving over recent. I recommend K-drama moving over recent Marvel. Yeah, okay.
No, I think it's called moving. Like, I recommend the K-drama moving over Marvel BS.
Yeah. Okay, got it. Sorry. You're not.
Okay. Yep.
Brain ain't working.
Lexicon Hellhound for 5. Blacksmith can't help Disparu. UK would take away his blade. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
You can get him
that's
a
why
butter
you
knife.
can't make a spoon either.
You can get him a butter knife.
Maybe a spork?
Oh, I don't know. That's pushing it. Depends how big the blade was on it.
What do you guys think of this?
Maybe a cake fork? Because then
cake
you
fork? Like the
yeah, because I think you
one.
could. I think you could spin it. Well, it's a fork with a blade on the end to cut the coke. Then, but I think you could get away with it because, like, well, no one who's civilized enough to have a cake fork would ever use it for a dangerous purpose. Like,
unless you're like John Wick.
Yeah, he can make anything a weapon.
No, I think they'd look at you like, well, you're clearly an English gentleman.
So,
you must be nobility.
A Defenders reunion is headed to Disney Plus as Kristen Ritter's Jessica Jones is set to join Charlie Cox in season 2 of Daredevil: Born Again.
After watching season 1, I don't really care.
I don't think anybody really does care. Like the talk and the hype for it, just like not that there was hype, but people were at least talking about it, right? The first like 5 episodes, and then it just
didn't even get on Nielsen. Ever.
Yeah, like it's not a popular show. I don't even know why it's getting a season 2. To be honest,
I don't think it's going to get a 3.
They renewed it before it was shown. So
why are we doing that? Okay, maybe wait until you see if a show does well. And then what's gonna happen? They're gonna Jeremy Renner him like, oh, we're only gonna pay you half because the show's not really making that much if we even get a season 3. Okay.
Yeah.
It's because the people that make shows have no idea what their audience is. They don't like their audience, and so the people making it and judging it aren't part of the audience.
Good point. There,
I could watch a show and then say whether it was good or not, but I'd be judging off my own personal preference of what I enjoy. So I could only tell you what people like me would also like. But Disney don't have that. The people that they've got in there are just really fringe, very uncommon people that don't like the stuff in the first place. And so it doesn't matter if they like Born Again, because their demographic doesn't watch Daredevil.
Yeah, it's true. I think she probably was already on to come on, and they're just trying to like get people in with the we're getting all these people back. You remember you liked them in their shows, but I mean that to be fair though, I did like the scene with Frank Castle in the Daredevil show, but it wasn't like
she doesn't have the same effect as Frank Castle does, though.
No, she doesn't.
No, she's awful. It was David Tennant that made her first series. That's why her second series is crap, because it relied on her. And that's not the actress, it's just the character isn't particularly any good. She's just a miserable
drunk.
Yeah, she's a miserable drunk that can't be damaged. It's like, well, okay. So
There has
you
to be a
can't
way to
hurt,
damage
like-
her. Well, this is the thing. I haven't watched it. Don't know. It's
yeah.
been a long time. Okay, I watched it. I forgot it.
That's
Well,
fair.
that-
It came out a while ago.
That was why. Well, it's not just Tennant gave an incredible performance, but his villain was specifically targeted at her weakness. So she can't be hurt by blades or gunfire or anything. She's super strong, but then he targeted her like mentally. So it's the one thing that she has no defense. She's used to being immortal essentially, and suddenly someone's in control of her. There's loads of stories
Which
about that.
would be interesting. You know, we
It
like
was.
overcoming things.
But highly recommend Jessica Jones season 1 to anybody.
Yes,
But
season 1's great.
Season
after
2,
that,
yeah.
she's just like, oh.
I don't
well,
really
you-
remember season 2. Like I parts of it, yes, but season 1, I really remember that because it was so from start to
Hey.
finish. It was well done.
What?
Yeah, it had the was it Luke Cage had him in it. I remember.
Do you know in The Boys where there was that one guy who had like the skin like glass or not glass like armor, and they put a bomb in him to make him
Mhm.
explode? I wonder if that would happen with Jessica Jones.
I
Interesting.
mean, she's probably shoved all kinds of stuff up there.
Wow. Okay.
Wow.
You would know
Sure she
better than
knows.
me.
What? She'd know better than all of us.
Yeah. I think this is not going to
And
move
like, let's
anything.
not pretend that I know better than you. You work in a hospital.
I don't know her
You have
character. I don't
you've
know if she
definitely
would
heard
shove
loads
things
of
like
weird
that.
stories from the doctors.
No, I mean,
the things people have
very
shoved
well.
up themselves.
Any human
seen
can
some
put things
things.
in different orifices, but I'm just talking about her as her character. I don't know if she would be like, "Ooh, I want to put things up my butt."
Well, it's the only enjoyment she's going to get out of life at this point.
Oh my god.
From memory, I think she was quite the slag. I think she'd just go to a pub and just like grab a guy.
Ah, so like She-Hulk.
Yeah. Although,
Did she
at least
carry a man
I think
in?
She-Hulk had more standards because she at least asked for half a bag of chips first. No, she wasn't just going to go with anybody. Didn't want a full bag of chips because she might price herself out the market.
Was it the snack size or was it a full bag? This
Which is
matters.
half a
Like,
bag of chips. Like he bought a bag of chips and they split
like
it
a
between
snack
them.
size, like the single individual size ones.
I don't know. I think it was just from a random
Not
place
the,
at a
not the
wedding.
parties. Okay, so the single individuals. That's pretty sad. That's not even like
I
$1.50.
don't know what a party bag of.
Just at the, like at the grocery store,
It's not
the bigger
frozen.
bags.
It wasn't frozen. Oh, firstly, no. I mean, fries, not crisps.
Oh, okay. My bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of realized I'm like, what, are you on about like frozen chip or frozen fries?
No.
Then I had to
Yeah,
realize you
French
meant
fries.
crisps. I was like, oh, that makes sense.
That's why I was like, the snack size or a full party size?
Yeah, I was like, what is a family size bag of fries?
Sorry, Fanny and Fanny. Okay, we were having problems
Yeah.
with some communication here.
If you're packing your fanny over here, then you can't show it
Oh,
on
it's a
TV.
different type of packing. Maybe Jessica Jones likes that type of packing. Okay.
Well,
Carlos. For 5, easy stepfather. Jessica Jones / Kristen Ritter is going to be
Hey.
your future stepdaughter.
Well,
Okay.
at least you'll be miserable enough to go with the family.
Hey, she can drink as much as you do, Disbrew.
There you got a drinking
That's true.
buddy.
Although she cheats, she's got superpowers. I'm just English.
That is a superpower sometimes, from what I hear.
Yeah,
that
you
was the
get-
thing. There was a whole thing about 100 Americans could beat up 100 Englishmen, and then one came back. Is like, I think 3,000 Englishmen could outdrink America. It was like,
I don't detect any lies.
No lies detected.
and then
Right,
if you got
like-
the Scottish involved, it's all over.
Oh, it's definitely over.
Ian. You still here?
Ian, are you there? Yeah. Oh,
They've
yeah.
gotta
there
dr-
is.
They've got to drown the sorrows from living in Scotland somehow.
Yeah, I definitely don't think I will ever try to do a drinking competition with anyone British or Irish or Scottish
No.
or
Oh
German.
yeah, that got progressively worse as well. It's like you
Actually,
can't beat the Scottish. Oh no, the Irish do exist. Yeah, that's true.
can we do a competition?
do
It hasn't
exist.
happened yet. We
try and
nominate
forget about them.
the best drunk Irishman, Scottishman, and British man. We'll put the German in there as well and see who can outdrink who. This is the international competition I've been dying to watch.
It's probably happened. I mean, we're the kind of people that roll a wheel of cheese down a hill and chase it. We've definitely had drinking competitions.
We'll Google it for next time.
I'm sure it's happened.
Market reality for 5. Go see the Luke
Have
Cage
you seen
series.
the Gurning Championships?
What?
I don't even know what that is.
Not
Go see
Gurning.
the Luke Cage series where Jessica Jones, Kristen Ritter is his girlfriend. I've watched the Luke Cage series. Did they actually date though? I think they were just like friends with benefits.
I have no idea.
Like they hooked up a few times. I don't know if they were actually dating, but I'd have to watch it again though. It's been a while. But I'm pretty sure I don't know if they were actually dating. Maybe I'm wrong though.
No, I just remembered the movie Beer Fest.
Oh wow, Beer Fest.
That's like literally an international drinking competition.
He's focus mode looking up something.
Yeah. I realized I may not be able to show videos, so instead.
Apparently, Digimental says they hook up in the comics and they have a kid.
Oh, in the comics. Okay. I say in the show, I think they just made them like casual, whatever. I don't know. I haven't read the comics though.
They're just hanging out.
So this is good.
They're just chilling.
Oh.
Netflix and chill.
Oh, gotcha, Mark. Okay.
This is the Gurning Championship.
What does gurning mean?
That.
You make that face
Or
and that's called gurning?
Yeah, it's to look as ugly as possible. What you do, you stick your head through this, like, I don't even know what it is.
A tube?
Yeah, like that. And then you just pull the weirdest face you possibly can.
See, I
Just to
would
be
say
as
we should do
ugly
this
as possible.
competition, but then I don't want a screenshot of myself.
Yeah, I don't want that picture taken of that.
Those
Well,
are
right
some, oh
now,
my
that
god.
thing is going around where everyone's taking a selfie of that girl that was like, if you hate me, but you still think I'm hot, whatever.
I love how there's a Guinness World Record for the longest time gurning.
How
Oh my
long was
gosh.
it? Damn.
And well, hopefully more than 2 minutes.
You can't use accessories, right?
No,
One
you
person's
just stick your
teeth
head
was-
through and that's it.
Damn. No, I don't think I can gurn like that. That was intense gurning.
Was.
My face
Oh,
can't
dude.
hold that stank face too long either, I don't think.
It'll get stuck like that.
They're just
Oh,
hoping
God.
the wind changes.
So moms used to say to kids when they were little, don't make face like that. It'll get stuck like that.
Yeah. And like, it's a really stupid thing that mothers were like, don't sit too close to the television or you'll get square eyes. It's like, well,
Oh yeah.
that actually sounds pretty cool, to be honest.
I'll
You've
look like a
definitely got better
superhero.
vision.
You
And I
have
tell a little
square
boy
eyes?
that, and they're like, I'm gonna be a superhero?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was like when they told you that nuclear radiation gave you superpowers, and then told you that you couldn't build nuclear power plants because they were dangerous. It's like, yeah, that's the point. I want laser eyes.
Laser eyes. Let me see. All right. Well, I guess it's like getting to that time. So let's what do you guys got going on? What are you doing tomorrow, X-Ray?
All the
I was gonna-
normal things. Art in the morning, at 10 a.m. I don't know if I'm gonna do art. I'm probably gonna crochet, to be honest. I'm making a blanket. It's so big right now. If you want to see.
Oh wow.
Oh wow! How long did that take?
I literally the first time I crocheted it was on the show. That
It
was
was
like, what, a
Saucy.
month and a half.
I remember that. Yeah.
No,
'cause
I
you were
mean more
"Is-"
like hours crocheting.
Oh, see, I do a little bit at a time so my hand doesn't get tired. So I have no clue, to be honest.
Hmm.
Nuts.
Yeah, I also do it to stay awake watching TV shows. It's very effective.
Oh, okay. That is smart.
Yeah. And then Sunday Fun Day, 1 p.m. Eastern, and then Nerdrotic Live and on Rumble Nerdrotic, Forbidden Frontier. And Monday is a holiday, so I will be playing Expedition 33 at some point.
Nice.
I've been obsessed with that game too much in a good way.
What about you, Disparu? What do you got going on?
Doctor Who did its most expensive episode today. It was based on the Eurovision Song Contest, packed full of a load of stuff. loads of virtue signaling. I was really glad that they told me one woman's pronouns because I wouldn't have known. And it was nice to see that the BBC also thought, look, with a face like that, we're gonna have to tell them. So you know, I'm grateful for the BBC to help me in that kind of regard. They also brought back 2 men getting together in this episode after they had to skip them in Nigeria, because that would have led to some awkward conversations. And if you've ever wanted to know what it's like for a man trying to intimidate you while also going, babes, hon, sweetheart, and darling, then that's what Cutie Gatwa attempts to do. He gives a speech at a villain about how awful they are, calling him babes. So that's what I'm going to be covering.
Very
feel
effective.
threatening. And like the doctor can do very threatening too. I've seen it.
Not this one. This one's like, I've got ice in my heart, babes.
Maybe I should just threaten
Come on,
to
babes.
put
It's
things
never
on
going to
your
leave,
foot.
sweetheart.
Oh no. Black Cane for 5, thank you. The don't sit too close to the TV comes from old cathode. Okay, I was gonna say TVs that put out small amounts of radiation that could blind you if you sat too close. Oh, okay.
I wish I'd known that when I had to watch Little House on the Prairie as a kid.
And Sharp for Canadian 2 says, "Disbrew, lift your seat up."
Wait, what?
I don't get it.
When
Because I'm slouching. If I move my seat forward to the point where I'm like gaming, I
I know. I tend to chill more when I'm on a podcast. When I'm gaming, I'm always like, I'm not even like my back's not even on there when I'm gaming.
I like this chair leans like it can lean forward, which is nice for gaming. So at least you're getting the little.
Well, my chair's back from the desk as well, so it's worse. So if I'm actually in the gaming position like this, then I take up the camera. Whole thing.
Yeah. Okay, so you got Cutie's video coming up. Cutie.
I like that you call him Cutie.
I know. I'm not gonna know his real name ever because he calls him Cutie.
Cutie Gatwa, yeah.
Cutie Gatwa.
It's like
it
people
sounds
just stopped
better.
People stopped correcting me now as well. It's like it's
Yeah,
not gonna
they're
stop.
so
You know
used
what?
to you.
They're like, yeah, you know what? It works.
Yeah. The first time I called him, I was like, "And Cuddy."
Well, this is the thing. Like in England, we would drop the N, or it would be Encutty. So you know, I fully believe that if you're a foreigner and you come to the UK, I'm going to pronounce it like you're in the UK. If you want me to pronounce your name a certain way, you should spell it properly. You're in England, do as the English do, bitch.
Hey, you know, conform. Some people can't do that.
And this week I have
You will be civilized or you will be civilized.
Trying to think. Wednesday, some streams will be going on. I'm not sure about tomorrow night yet, so stay tuned for that. But yeah. Wickeds rolled on Thursday, gaming on Thursday, Friday. So that's what I got going on. I gotta finish my Lego roses. So maybe like Wednesday morning or Monday morning or something. I'll try to get on and do like a little bonus stream and finish these. They're so cute. I want to put them in my background too.
No, I wish I had a background for all my stuff.
Someone get you a shelf.
It's literally a bed.
Aw.
There's a great movie, I can't remember what it's called. It's got like Anthony Hopkins walks into a bar talking to a guy, and he starts giving this big spiel about, you know, hero. I really need you to come and help me. You can be a hero. You can come and save the world. You can come and help people. And the guy just looks at him and goes, "You would have done better if you just told me to get in the car, bitch." And it was like, and so Anthony Hopkins just looks at him and just, "Get in the car, bitch." It was like, it's an amazing moment.
Take a shot every time Disbrew drops the bee bomb.
It's fine. It means a female dog.
I know. You're actually right. But all right, guys. We will see you guys next week. Thank you for hanging out with us and have a great rest of your weekend. Bye.
The problem with having female dogs is she wants to eat them.
I don't discriminate.